knows and that Big will learn from that lesson and not underestimate Passion.
All right, well, the game is live. We're going to throw you over now to Sponge and Machine.
Yeah, not to be underestimated, Passion, and I suspect that Big Clan won't. We read an interview, obviously worth checking out, Fear, talking about some of their accomplishments and one of the
or lack thereof, really.
Or lack thereof, but also one of the benefits they have is that they've been doing a whole lot of prep. 900 demos, a number he cited in their preparation for this one. 3 to 4 a day in preparation, but that's kind of what Big Clan always do. They're always prepared, and I imagine that Passion, there has been a process. I'm sure Kakafu's going to be focused on that and preparing his team perfectly. Jambo goes searching for an early biff. It's JDC ready to receive, but Jambo praised by his leader for his individual brilliance, just mechanical skill plucked out of the Pug realms, and he starts as he means to go on. Takes the head off of JDC on B.
And talking about gimmicks from Passion, well, Big love one of those as well. Always having a nifty smoke in their back pocket. And speaking of smoke, Fear will block, flash, Chiller steps out, traded by Crimdo.
Yeah, that's not bad from Chiller, and now Smoke Camera will make this retake more and more uncomfortable, may have to play for it. You can see Jambo smoked out, spam towards the stairs, not far off of Rig On as he actually gets a wriggle on towards Heaven. 3 here, Tabson and him establishing the crossfire to be broken, and looks good. Now Jacasmo gets 2. Okay, clean as you like, clean as a whistle.
Just the sheer amount of reps that Passion have put in, right? I'm well aware it's online Counter-Strike, but the fact that they've been, as quoted, boot camping essentially for 8 months is wild. And they're all at such a young age that you still have the obsession of Counter-Strike as your key focus. It's not about the money, it's not about the limelight. It's literally just about being better than the opponents on the other side of the server. And that is at the purest form of finding players. And that's what this team has going for them at the moment. If they seize their dream today and lock themselves in for the top 16 of the Major, that is the fairy tale story of Shanghai 2024.
Without question. Some of their first ever LAN games, and it's in Pursuer Major.
Faking fast mid, dropping for the B split, and into Zero Fix.
Zero problems. Rig On. Oh, actually, I was going to say, look threatening. For a second, the flashbang did catch Jambo in Fear, but it doesn't really matter. The cover was there.
Well, that was the force, so everything just being ripped out of the hands of Big. Crimbo, we'll see if he can get a kill for his troubles. Talking of Fear, he might be one of the few names that the people at home are familiar with. He was on Na'Vi Academy, but also had a little bit of time with Smooya in, I think they were Benched Heroes and then the Witches.
That's right.
So if he's able to deal with Smooya of all people, I think Fear can deal with almost anything.
Yeah, and I believe that's where the paths cross with Jambo.
Jambo number 5.
One time. Big Clan forcing second round. It's resulted in what I would imagine is going to be a very strong CT Anubis start.
But it's classic Big, Alex. They didn't go all in. A few of them left a little bit of residual cash. So you can see now it's not just the loss bonus of the 2,400. Everybody's more around the 3K mark, which means you get to buy something again. Right? It's like, oh, that's nice. We've made sure that now we can get a P250 or a Deagle.
2 mediocre rounds instead of 1.
Well, that's something that we tend to note with Big, not mediocre rounds, in terms of their different approach with the finances from time to time. And I have been a little bit critical of it in the past because it feels like other teams would drop a couple of M4s and in certain scenarios, and they would take those jewels, whereas Big will go, okay, we'll do like a 5-7 round, and then next round we'll have a full buy. But this is looking great for a Passion 3-0 start. And to take you back 3 months during the closed qualifier, Passion did defeat Big 13-3 on this very map. So comfortable territory for the Ukrainians. It's 3 rounds, 3 opening kills. And the awareness of Jambo is in question. Well, doesn't need the awareness now. The warning shot from JDC will give up his position. Jambo surges forward, traded out by Tabson.
Fear's got to be careful playing that glyph position. Lets Zero just stand and try and deliver. Does well. Body shots, no problem. Crimbo, despite finding some early damage. With Fear and Zero low, there is grounds for a bit more damage out of Searson's Deeg, but they'll let the healthy Jacasmo, we call it that? Jacasmo. Yeah. Just sounds like a superhero. I love it.
Yeah, well, might be one today. Might be necessary today. Big are going to get the purchases. Searson's AWP and AKs for everybody else. See what type of approach the Big are going to opt for out the gates on their T side. Now, if you checked out that Fear interview with HLTV, the way that he describes their approach to the game, like simple, focus on the economy, not making mistakes. Trading was something that he pointed out. So you should always see them doing something as a pairing. And that is the AWP deleted. Citizen just steps straight in to a silenced M4 and gets his head ripped off. Excuse me, please?
These guys, I mean, they're shooting. They're shooting, exactly. And one of the fundamentals of Counter-Strike is if I shoot you first, you have to have the audacity to go for fights like that. You have just peeked into an AWP with an M4.
That's the thing. It was together, though. Jambo was with him. So, again, just building on that trade narrative, we'll see. Because to do that at a high-level CS, right, they have Kane as the coach. And he's the most experienced member of this Passion team. Not just Zeus's mate, after all. Part and parcel of that Gambit roster, PGO Krakow 2017.
It's a while ago now.
Yeah, and two of the players in Passion are 17. So, what, they were 10?
Oh, don't do that. Yeah, you're right. I mean, one of the, if not the youngest teams in attendance here as well. So Passion, probably a perfect name for them.
A number of advantages, a great way to close down your fourth. Let's see if they can convert.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a bit of a slip-up, and it looks to be getting punished. Rigon brings down Fear. Solid hold from Zero, will be tested, will be traded. Tamsin swings on through. They have the advantage now to plant. Chilla coming in from Dark, and that's a good nade onto Crimbo. Harms his functional health pool just as Rigon looks away. Trying to catch a timing is Chilla. Smoke on him. Rigon, is he going to go further for the clear? Looks like it's just going to be a question of timing for Chilla. And now Tabson, a quick tap to Jacasmo. Now the swing, Chilla 1, Chilla 2! Tabson has to come up clutch, looks good to do so. Jambo's AWP, gonna be tested, yeah, and down to Tabson. A quad kill from Tabson, the most veterans of all German Counter-Strike in the server. And he demonstrates his prowess to put Big on the board, and that was a nice turn of the odds.
Yeah, and that conversation, I think, needs to just be put to rest right now about what could have been with Tabson. He's decided to hitch his horse to German Counter-Strike, stuck with Big, regardless of the offers that came his way a couple of years ago. And he wants to lead this team back to the majors. Big looking for the return.
How long has
Rio
it been?
2022 was the last time we saw them in the circuit.
Quite the hiatus from Big Clan and Major attendance. Feels like it's something every org sets as a goal, if not a compulsory goal.
And that's why if this Passion run is completed right here and now, they've only beaten quote-unquote household names.
Yeah.
VP, Spirit, and Big. I know Big is the smaller of the three, but still, they're all established teams.
Third arrives on B. Jacasmo providing some support. Anticipating this to be the finish. Double molly forces back the potential for Dark Pillar. They are trying to apply this pressure B, but it's all a bit of a fake. And look at Jacasmo go, bro. They've just thrown B util, and your third B player's already knife out heading towards mid. They seem to have a good read of the situation here, Birchall.
Yeah, well, the block over towards Dark, obviously they're not going to test that for 20 seconds without a break. But ahead of the plate, Chilla. Fountain again will have the support of Jambo and the AWP. So it's going to flash them in. This will go quick.
Okay, so who takes first contact? I imagine the AWP. Fall back, and you have the swing from Chilla.
They can't molly him either.
On Pillar. Can't hit his shot there on the jump. Oh my god, Chilla mows down 3. The perfect setup. It was flawless. 5 alive, Big Clan. We're sent back to spawn. The triple spray down that lined up for him as he peeks. There was a flash as well. It couldn't have been a better setup.
Yeah, a great read from Passion there, and that could be exactly what Fear was citing. We've got all the info on you. You've got none on us. 4-1 as Sirison will hold on to the AWP. Yet to get off the starting blocks is Sirison.
Jambo.
No,
you crazy cat. He goes looking to take down the AWP, and now, as a result, won't have one of his own.
Yeah, that is a little bit worrisome.
So yeah, look, was it flash as well? No, not quite. I think it was thrown over, just they were turned. But either way, a magical sequence out of Chilla, perfectly positioned. All 3 were on A. And regardless, no AWP, oh no, but you still have the opportunity to take just that saved AWP from Searson as a threat Wow, is that
Yeah.
odds favouring Passion? I guess you
Indeed.
take down VP and Spirit in best of ones, they start looking at you a bit different.
And I think CT side Anubis, if they're live odds, they've already got 4 rounds. How many more are they going to be able to slather on? It could also just be map odds. I don't know. Either way, the odds are favouring them.
Yep. I'm going to be very interested to see just how deep this hole goes for Big Clan on their T side Anubis. I mean, when's all hope lost? If your CT side has 9?
Yeah.
Probably?
Yeah. I think you only have a slither of hope if CT side has 8.
Yeah,
so,
okay. We'll take Sliver of Hope then. And there's a little bit of Slither right there.
Well,
Hope
the AWP save.
delivered, and it's opened up onto Jambo.
2 rounds in a row.
Now your Tech9's walk up as he posts. Oh, Jacasmo, you're about to get overrun. Needs help, needs to fight, stand and deliver. And oh, deliver he will. Another multi-kill from Chiller. Puts Searson on his ass. Bomb loose. Incendiary might spread. Rigon gets swung on. Chiller's had a huge start to this game. He's on 10 kills. A quad kill in this one. A triple in the previous. And Crimbo, I don't even think there's anything here to pick up off the floor unless it's not being guarded. There's no way for him to kind of find a silver lining in round 6.
And considering you got the opener, Searson provided what he needed to off of that AWP. The rest of it falls flat. Coming into the next round of play, we're going to be looking at that 2,900 loss bonus. Crimbo seeing if there's anything at all for him to do. And they swing him together. Can they find the AWP?
Oh, I'm seeing those player cams.
And they get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Chiller gets the frags and the AWP. Jambo will get that back in his hands. And no dramas as... Well, this is one of those scenarios that I was talking about with curious financial decisions from Big. In a position where they could have gone a couple of AKs and Galil upgrades, maybe something that you'd see from a lot of other teams, they're going to sit somewhere in the middle. So they're going to go for some Tech 9s, some Mac 10s, a Galil, lighter util, and then they'll go for the full buy into the next. So if you do rounds like this, you need to have nice set pieces, good pocket strats, and looks like they're just going to rush A. Testing Chiller again, are ya?
Chiller's having a mad one. He's heard those sound cues, throws out the smoke. They're going to push through that. That's the flashback.
Nice shot.
Tabson sets his team up to open up the site. Now Jacasmo down after 1. They are broken through. And Big Clan's half buy has resulted in a very uncomfortable round for Passion.
Chiller had the right weapon for the job as well. Had the A4.
It's just that flash, bro. Tabson timed it as JDC's pushing through the smoke on main.
Fizz just called them off.
Yeah, okay. I mean, what's this, for like risk averse?
Oh, hold up. He did call them off. They were backpedaling.
This is a huge investment of resources so late into the game. Gonna have to just back away. Jambo is still pushing time. Waits for no one, including Passion UA. They will concede this round. Big, given the luxury of a second. And yeah, in the right place, but I think just the timing on that full rush. As you said, you have to have someone in your pocket. Well, that's clearly like ironed out timings.
Yeah, well, the fact that that's the approach is pretty wild, but regardless, it will net them the round and make sure that Passion can't swell in the finance department just yet. There is residual for Fear, Jambo, and Zero Fix going forward. But Big, by striking back in that type of a round, they've kept this half open for debate. Can they get it done with the gun? Searson, other side of middle this time round. It's a real diverse portfolio for the Searson openers. Left or right side, top, middle so far.
Oh, this is a little something different. Crimbo wins out the head-to-head with Chiller. Quite literally head-to-head, a dink exchange. Just Kalash takes the headshot.
Well, that's what's changed in the last string. Big have been able to find openings, so let's see if they can convert off of this one as well. Rigon will have the support over towards B main. Has a look, keeps them busy, but the bomb backing off on Tabson. So the in-game leader with the around-the-world maneuver, heading back over towards the A site. As we can see with the radar right now, the closest port of call is going to be Fear. Has an incendiary to block, but they're weak as all hell these days. And if he throws it prematurely, really assist them whatsoever. Rigon searching mid. They could give a kill back. Oh, dear.
Oh, an audible rotation. Fake, but still Rigon owns him. takes the headshot, two-man advantage. Now Big Clan preparing to push further. Great flash, and now it's just lining up. Only Zero Fix can do anything about this. And they are low, but Camera as well going to be a threat. Jambo pushing smoke, sticking out like a sore thumb. Tabson will collect. And Big Clan find consecutive rounds breaking through on the A site.
Looking a little bit cumbersome in some of these situations, Passion. The U2 comes in from Fear, but the fact that he still gets wrecked by JDC, you thought he had the advantage there behind the flames. Potential vision obscured, then walking through smokes. So a couple of silly moments, which is what I was just reading about that apparently they don't do, but something that was noted was some nerves, the adrenaline of the situation, and handling that. It's dealing with the stress and winning 2 best-of-1s. Well, the flip side of this, you end up losing to Big, you get another tough opponent, and you just get labeled as best-of-1 merchants.
Certainly going to be a potential outcome here.
But that's why we have these best-of-3s, right, as the barrier for exit or entry. Make sure that you can prove your worth when things are a little bit more complex. You have to dive deeper into the map pool. Pistol rounds definitely not at the tip of the tongue for this roster so far, so they've been able to get it done. One of the factors, if you look at the 2 games that they won yesterday, was a lot of number disadvantage scenarios that they were winning. And if you're not able to pull that off again today, well then do you have enough in the tank? So not broken yet, but if Big win this one, and there are no Passion saves, Big should be able to tie things up. So working now to get the lead on this T half. But a good round for JDC with the... Well, actually, it's Crimbo on the entry, wasn't it? It was JDC the second time round in towards A. And Tabson had a round of his own over towards B.
He's not trying it again, is he? Crimbo flying with aggression once more.
He just gets a 1v1, essentially, doesn't he, with the way the map's set up? This time we'll respect the smoke.
Window smoke arrives.
They're not going to molly doors.
Well, that would be your death sentence if you just dry peek in. Here comes a HE from Searson. And a missed shot. Tabson, wide swing, wasn't ready for it on the AWP, so pulled the trigger. Jambo empty-handed. Rigon burns down, forced to deploy his smoke defensively. Down 20 points of health after the HE as well. Finished off by Fear, good spam. They want to punish Chiller, and Jambo has rotated through to provide some support. So if they were to try and knock on this door on A, the setup, it's kind of bolstered mid the gap, held by Jambo Zorp.
Seems like there's a, I don't want to say indecision from Big, but they are trying to piece this together. What utility do we have left? Well, we got a smoke and a molly on Searson. We got a couple of flashes on Crimbo. Tabson with something light, but he wants to search over towards Connector.
Yeah, this could actually work perfectly if Fear and Zero can't hold on to their side of the map. JDC goes down, double kill, and no one else. No one else.
Well, they're
Fear starts to leave, though. Zero Fix is actually holding on to his nerves here. Fear prepares for the rotation back in, but now he's trapped in Temple. Zero still holds on. Fear down. Searson to come up clutch. Has to hit this one onto the pillar player. Just a wide swing from the pillar. A missed AWP shot, and no time for Searson to get this clutch going. Hiding out. They're hunting him down.
After
3,
time.
2, and 1. They're going to try and rip it away. Has to hit every shot, but from behind, Chiller removes it. Punishing for Big Clan. This attempt to just walk into the A site again. Chiller passes his test, and they get to maintain that B control.
Oof, okay, well, Searson fortunately had 3.2k remaining, so can definitely buy something, or maybe there's even a drop available. But Chiller he's had that one slip up on A. Well, actually, he's had 2 kind of slip-ups. There was the Tech9 rush and then the Crimbo entry, but they are putting a lot of pressure on him, and he seems to be passing with flying colors. There's something that you can do to more of a young, inexperienced roster, and it is faking, right, and playing rounds late, because they're going to be
panic,
a little bit more skittish, right? They're going to look to rotate early, and as soon as you leave that gap, you could be punished, but Big unable to do so in that round.
More an aggressive stance here from Chiller, but it's not more than just a different angle. You can see they've got double incendiary ready for the defense. Jambo misses his shot. They'll be able to throw out the incendiaries, and they are coming knocking. Oh, he nearly gets the collateral. Tags up JDC through Tabson. And another one for good measure. Jambo goes a little further forward.
Yeah, looking to flex and try and dominate with the AWP, but he's had a few misses, and now he's given a kill, so way back in for Big. for round 10.
Now they swing through darks as a unit. Fear and Zero, not scared, staying proactive. This is what you like to see.
It looks like the bomb, however, is going to head back through B main. They might be able to catch Crimbo off, who's just poised on the T stairs, waltzing down. It's all going to come down to timing. Zero Fix is tucked in. Oh, and the back turned on Fear. The B bomb site open.
Okay, yeah, this is already falling apart. Zero Fix's position means nothing given Crimbo's passage. It's actually going to be through middle. Chiller arrives just in time, but now smoked on the cross. Crimbo will go through mid, so Zero. Oh, gotta hit that. Crimbo gets away with murder. So he gets his double kill. Chikazmo and Chiller giving it a go in the 2v4. Pushes through, one and done. Searson tends to him, and yeah, caught out on the jump. Searson, good awareness. Big Clan make it 4-6.
And the money in trouble now for Passion. Jambo, the high end, 3.7, and also found the opener and then just overextended in middle in the previous. So not playing to the fundamentals. I think Passion are definitely feeling the nerves.
And that's probably that you start putting a little bit of pressure on yourself now. I mean, do your expectations of your own game get warped by your successes at the start? And
this really was going to put emphasis on the leader, Fear, right? Sure, Kane is going to be able to chip in as the coach and try and help them out a bit, but you know, how can you keep everybody comfy? Well, you can all swing down towards Con. A kill's not bad. What more can you find? You're boxed in, and you're getting swarmed from all angles. These pesky USPs mopped up, and just one more round of the half. Big can tie things up 6-6. Final round, we'll see the emissions of a few MP9s alongside of the Jambo AWP and 2 M4s. Bigger in the driving seat regarding the finances, that's for sure. And will take their second of 3 tactical timeouts just to make sure that they do get this half locked and tied up.
I mean, still, for a T side, yeah, 6 at a minimum to feel functional. It's been a lovely recovery, though, a real turnaround, as we were discussing, you know, just how bad it could get. Big have found their form. 4 of the last 5 rounds going their way.
Big fielding a full German roster impossible. Now, Rigon in the team. Now, look, I think for Rigon, he's only ever been to the majors with the Bad News Eagles.
I believe so.
So,
but his name was designed to play with Searson and Tabson.
It was.
With the capitalized.
Well, they need to bring back Tizian.
That's true for the full set. Just need one more. Let's have a look off the back of this timeout. They're coming for Chiller. They're coming for Chiller once more. Playing around that smoke, though, they're going to have to HE to clear this. If they molly baskets, he can play around the smoke. Timing doesn't favor him, though. There comes the HE clear. He gets away. Good awareness. And drops the smoke, so... Actually, excuse me, that's a Big Clan smoke, so they were just fine for baskets control. That's all they wanted. And they've got it.
Well, it's kept the defense very split. So 2 on 8. 3 on B, mid, avoid currently, but in no rush are Big.
They were trying to hope for a reaction there. They are trying to catch Passion with these kind of more amateur over pushes. They haven't given them anything, and here's one, but not so amateur. They take B main, confirm, okay, it's likely mid or A. Chikazmo and Chiller responsible for the A side. Searson does connect onto Zero Fix's push, maybe a bit too aggressive there. And Rigon actually now starting to pincer in to lurk B. This is well structured by Big. Look how many nades they've still got, Chad. They're going mid to Temple. This is naughty. They've really booked him here.
Yeah, they're going to get the jump on Fear and Jambo for sure.
Yeah.
Feels like Chiller has to play forward off of this. The sound cues are there. It's just one guy, and he can't get the kill, so massive problems. Another.
What a well-structured round this has been. Rigon gets the 2 of them on B. I mean, off the back of a timeout and you pull off that mode, like, I'm sure from the CT perspective, that was nightmare fuel. The comms, it just doesn't make sense. Like, they've taken A main, he's still A main. There's one holding mid still. Oh, the Temple, okay. Oh, just so many different question marks and no answers.
Well, they're able to take a nice bit of momentum in the tail end of the second half, Big. 5 out of the last 6 rounds are played, and this is a T-sided map. So if you look at it from the perspective of Passion. They are more than content, I would say, with 6 rounds, but the context needs to be brought into play here of the fact this is for elimination stage, top 16 of the Shanghai Major, and there were some rounds that they definitely could have converted. They found openings but overextended. As we swap sides, Passion able to pick themselves up the pistol and see if they can grab a little bit more of that momentum, or at least try and wrestle it back off of Big.
I neglected to mention it, but I think that is the first pistol they've won at the RMR in the CT side. So coming into the T side, we'll see if they can get 2 for 2 in this head-to-head.
Looks like a technical pistol. They got a couple of smokes in play. 2 flashes on Jambo. A molly for Fear. And over towards the A side of the map, they trundle. Is this one going to be quick, or are they going to allow Big to show their hand first? Lots of bodies over towards Rugs. And across. Jambo will have been spotted there. He's going to flash them initially in towards baskets. They just keep going.
To be tested. All right, Rigon spotted out. And okay, beautiful. Crimbo and Rigon tested on A. They get theirs. Tabson missed tap and now punished. Crimbo is making this look easy though with the dual Berettas. That's a multi-kill. It's for Crimbo. Locks down A and he feels good about that. You can see him reclining in his chair knowing that is a leap towards Big Clan seizing quite an established lead onto the second half.
And we've got 4 orange maps. Dust2 up next. Mirage as the third and decider if we need it. But the all-in A-rush, well, both teams liking something a little bit aggressive on the pistols. Not going to take their time, not going to fill out the rounds, just going to get stuck in, and they're going to get shut down. Now, we will be able to do some German translation for you.
We'll do our best.
Said something about my brother.
Yep, that's all we got. Oh. Forced by same thing?
Well, Rigon can't get overrun. The mid defense is actually quite staunch forward towards the doors. So if they pop and push, Rigon's rotation point will be Tabson, who's now heading back over. Should be a molly for this backside position.
Frustrating smoke. You have to walk through into Rigon here. Oh, hang on, a chance, and zero fix! Jambo with the D cover! Clears out Heaven, hits the headshot, bomb goes down.
All right, looks like both teams have won a Tech-9 round on this A bomb site.
Oh, mate, who was that? Got 0 fix to 1 HP. Rigon's going to feel robbed. He's going to feel pretty hard done by there. That was the bomb. That was all their util. 1 HP left, but 0 fix hits it.
But you can see the way that they've tempered that Passion, right? So they get the basket's control, and then as they're in the fading A main smoke, the second layering of utility comes in. So they're running with that utility. And the reason that it's nice to be able to mix them up, sometimes you like to do executes when the smokes and mollies are already on the ground because it flushes them into the open and you catch them with the flashes. The other variation is doing it as they are seeing the util smokes and mollies come through because they could be trying to play smoke molly defense. Right. So that's their, okay, I'm going to extinguish on myself and play around that. I'm going to try and block. And as you're doing that, you don't have your weapons in the hand. You get overrun and you're like, oh, damn, Counter-Strike timing. But that's exactly what Passion were hoping for. Some great shots as they enter. And they tie things back up.
That's a massive way. I mean, you're better off winning that round than you are the first. Oh no, we didn't win the pistol, but now we have an opportunity, if we can win this one, to really run away with this T-side opening. Some MP9s recovered, 3 AK-47s, and up against 2 M4s, 4 Big Clans. A big fight, it's Tabson. Good night. Jambo tucks him in tight.
Just going to take a look at the openings. I think that the game started definitely in favor of Passion, but then Big started to swing back with a couple of their own. Yeah, it looks pretty level. I'm not going to count them all out, but not too much separating them. So it has been back and forth in that nature. As far as clutches are concerned, nothing crazy. The number disadvantage. Big are going to gamble heavily over towards A. JDC, Rigon, and Sirison will leave Crimbo as we highlight a missed piece of utility. Now, it won't cost them anything because Big aren't playing anybody in middle.
Fear talking a lot here. This is a crucial juncture in the round. We've got 60 seconds left. Make sure everyone has an idea as to where they're going to finish. Is this just going to be a one-man fake? I assume he commits off this. He's got smoke with him, so 2 smokes thrown out.
Well, he still has time
moves.
to call them back. So Fear has to investigate. He missed a key piece of utility there as well. You'd love to see him go in first just for info, because it would be crazy. Yeah, he's saying nothing, nobody's spotting. He is calling them back.
Oh, and now Jambo shows that A presence. Now they're in two minds. Do we really have to investigate A main? And so, thankfully, Fear has called his troops out of what would have been a disastrous commit into the gamble.
Yeah, and that's an important detail right there to keep the seesaw open. Obviously, having that canal rotation between the bomb sites is one of the key features of Anubis, and making sure that that is used to its absolute maximum there. Worst case, he throws the U2. He doesn't run into B. He hopes that the fake works. They now go blindly into A. The stack locks them down, and that would be Big grabbing another and stealing away some AK-47s. But Big now are just going to retain the M4s again. Fear's on the hunt. The finances going to play a big role in this. If he can rip away any of these saves, Big's next round of play is going to be very, very weak. But how much do you want to risk? I think Fear and Chiller are the two that could have a look.
Sisson, well positioned to receive hit. Waits for Chiller to be in trade potential. Something they've been talking about, their trades. And, well, at least Searson going down, but the M4's preserved once more.
Okay, well, Crimbo could drop an M4. Searson could buy one for himself, so they actually could have 4 M4s into this round if they wanted to buy. But Big used 2 of their 3 tactical timeouts in the first half. So I'm not sure if Kakafu wants to get on the microphone right now and try and make those informed decisions. And again, Big aren't the type of team who are going to try and fight you head-to-head with firepower. They want to make sure that they have all of their utility and AWP for Searson in the gun rounds. So they will keep it very light on as far as investments behind the saves go. Next round, they'll be getting 2,400 as the loss bonus. So Searson will have his AWP. Everybody's kept residual cash to make sure it'll be M4s. And still a threatening round for Passion to have to deal with.
Interesting. So I think Tabson's just holding this, waiting for Crimbo to hear something. That's all they've got is that single flashbang. So you can see those flashing red nades. Searson's pinned an incendiary.
It's almost to trap them, right? So the molly, and then it flushes them into the flash, and then they have to take the fight. We'll see how this one works out.
Good flash, and the frag converted. There you go. The sequence works out, and now a rifle can be equipped for a third member of Big. Fear, what's the reaction? What's the call? Jacasmo lingers mid, exchanging a full belt of util to his leader. Zero Fix now moves the bomb towards the A side of the map. Jacasmo shows presence mid, and it seems that actually Big, they're gambling incorrectly as it currently stands. The only thing now standing between Passion and that A bomb site is going to be Rigon. And that was the last of his nades. Gonna feel some pressure here. Forward position, good flashes. They haven't spotted him, now they have. Still hits his headshot. Chiller brings him down. And not easy now for Big, despite that man advantage.
There's 2 smokes. One's been used towards Heaven. Chiller can replenish over towards Camera. They need to block. Try and buy as much time as possible. Big should give this one a go.
Yeah, they are already searching. Re-smoke, re-block, looks good. JDC gonna push through this on a timing. Chiller's about to have a whole lot of work to do. Here they come, swinging through multiple bodies. JDC quick with it. Jacasmo good, JDC down. Still Zero Fix falls. It's up to Crimbo in the clutch, and Jacasmo denies. Cool head on his shoulders. Comes down to a 1 versus 1, but Passion emerged with a 9th.
And he's taken the riskier of the options there. He's not playing the timer of the bomb. He just wants to take the fight onto Crimbo before he can really set up and focus in on that fight. And he wins it out. Love the little sequence to get the opener. Rigon did great to get 1 considering the pressure that he was under. But holding on to this Passion, they do get to 9. And tough rounds with the saves in play. But now it's the full guns for Big to defend their honor. Half started fantastic with the pistol conversion. That was 4 consecutive rounds when you look at last half into this one. But now Passion are wrangling back a little bit of control. This is for double digits. This is their map choice. They're taking a slow default spread. Nobody in canals whatsoever. So when they do go back, they are going to have to be worried about players pushing through, playing aggressively. We'll give them more to check. But just look at the sheer amount of nades that they have held on to. And we're already deep within the round.
Look what Big have got in comparison. Okay, now we'll see Crimbo throwing out his block dark. No one, as we discussed, going canals. And that's forced out the A main smoke as well, so that cost them 1.
Sirison going to give an extra for Rigon to replenish. This feels like they're going to try and go for an A split, Passion. It's early to make that call, but unless they pivot up on the fade of the smoke.
Oh, exposed. Now a chance. JDC and Crimbo get nothing. Okay, Thompson. It's kind of Rigon's aggression. Oh, cut down. Chiller, great awareness. And now, yeah, Thompson, all eyes on him, but as soon as that AWP strafes in, he is a dead man.
And look at how many nades they have to finish the round. I know, obviously, they don't need to use these HEs.
Had they?
It's great reserve nature. And Fear is holding off on the plant. I imagine so that his teammates can get in a position to start hunting because they know it's the Sirison AWP.
Yeah, Zerofix already going to be working his way into A site. So once he calls that clear, Jacasmo will start to press. Oh, crouch peeking into the AWP. Seems like Sirison should be good for this one.
Isn't this his way out as well if he hits this?
Yeah, it does open up the gates. And not if he backs up. Now they just need to double peek. Flash, good. And there you have it. Sirson's AWP taken away. Diligent stuff from Passion.
Very casual round. There was only one real moment. There was a bit coin tossing. It was on the fade of the smokes right there, but shots just couldn't be hit by Big. And we've seen that a couple of times in the last few days, right? The dark smoke fading and the CT standing in the open. They have to worry about so many positions where the Ts can be. So just getting shredded there Big on their first real investment in this second half.
How many chances of that like that do you get after such a strong defensive half? Bar was set high, 6-6 from Passion's defense. Now a run of 4 from the Ts. Looking like a 5th as well, unless Big can make it work on the half buy. Oh, spots another. Jambo takes down Rigon on the swing. Now aggression up mid. What can they get done? Nothing. Just a hail of bullets from Zero and Jacasmo.
JDC takes his chance, and Jambo won't allow it to get out of control. Just Crimbo, the last man standing, 11 secure as the guns will come out again into the next for Big, but the half is already starting to get away from them. Make that the map. Some great signs so far from Chiller as far as anchoring in that first half. He had plenty of damn multi-kills. He's hit 20 frags before anybody else, and then he's got Zerofix, Jacasmo, and Jambo with their contributions. But Fear, every time the camera is on him, you just see the sheer amount of talking that he has to do. And he's the most experienced, which isn't saying a lot. I talked about him within that Witches roster, playing with Smooyer and co. Obviously, Navi Jr. got to be alongside of players like Beert and Monacy for a short period of time.
And is it safe for me to assume, with an experience, with young players such as this, who have clearly got the mechanical ability, that the burden of leadership is greater in the sense that there is more micromanaging, there is going to be a lot more contingent on fear and keeping the troops in order to be a well-oiled machine?
Well, this comes down to a few factors, right? And the fact that he said that they've sat there and they've watched so many games together and they've been together just in this hyperbolic time chamber of a boot camp. You want to get everybody on the same page. So you essentially just need to be like one being of understanding. But he is still doing a lot of conversing. And Smooya actually had some really good things to say about Fear's in-game leading when he played with him. So there's positives there that we can take. But in terms of knowing the level of micro in the round, it could just be the adjustments he's making off of what he sees, because that last round we saw them play with guns was a default. So you are reacting off of every piece of block utility. Your teammates are relaying that information to the boss. The boss is now saying, okay, this is what the finish is going to look like.
It's a team effort.
It's when things get a bit funkier, right? Then we'll see really just how much micromanaging is required in like a 3v3. Is he still talking a lot? Does he let his players play?
Yeah, well, I mean, one example that springs to mind is that round where they nearly walked into that trap on A. Fear proactive enough and communicative enough to ensure they don't. So at least their diligence was present. 11-7, this is their map pick. This is where Passion have been more comfortable than most on this map. One of their most played maps, in fact.
And again, returning to the closed qualifier where they did beat Big on this 13-3. Sure, it was 3 months ago, but still that result stands. Well, Big, your last real chance to defend your honor. Going into the next round to play, you'll be maxed out loss bonus, so saves can probably help you. Going to be a T-Stairs smoke lined up. Tabson's got that one at the ready. The Insta. But will there be aggression? Sirison's AWP looking to start over towards A once more alongside of Rigon. Ambo plays ahead. So they're calling the bluff, essentially, of that piece of utility. They are pushing A main.
Yeah. So tabseN's going to set the util up. Jambo.
He's talking a lot. He must have seen him.
Oh, the elbow. Yep, CS2 was unprepared for the rival AWP to be waiting for him. Walks into the angle. Opening kill provided by Jambo.
Well, they were trying to set up a trap to deal with Chiller behind the box. They dropped an incendiary in his position. He just extinguished so he didn't have to swing and then cleaned up. JDC with some aggression. Fear, is he ready for this? Oh, I thought he sniffed him out as well.
Yeah, it was. I mean, his crosshair was like.
Well, he's got no idea.
magnetized, But now throwing these nades, he is.
Fear has been missing a couple, hasn't he? Another molly that's missed, and it's all a bit of a ruse. So informed are big. Nobody B, he screams.
Yeah, Crimbo's already going to be moonwalking out there, and Rigon with the saved or recovered CS and AWP, I should say. Oh, flattened. Chiller, another banger. Comfortable today, 21 in pursuit of the major. His first major, and Chiller, 22 at the top of the scoreboard. Looking to make that dream a reality. Zero clears out. Well, actually caught out by Crimbo. Still adjusts instantaneously. So stunning mechanics on display as well.
And again, they're already on the hunt. See them springing into action through connector. Leering through mid, looking for JDC. And they triangulate his position. Worst case, Jambo gives this AWP over.
No, from what we've seen from Jambo, I suspect he is going to continue to clear. He's found himself on jail for now. Maybe let's Chikasmo search. And God damn, watching it from the big POV, you can see these guys shoot. They shoot hard. So from Rigon's POV as well, oh, nightmare fuel for the boys.
Yeah, they just feel like they're at a boot camp, but in China, right? So in the nice little comfort of this room together, not having to worry about seeing their opponents, maybe hearing them through the walls, but right now, it'd be screams of pain, not those of joy. 12-7 as the force buy for Big. tabseN into the Alligator, the auto shotty. We've got a FAMAS, an MP9, an M4, so a menagerie of weaponry invested upon. Now it's just about the close. Can they keep it clean?
Well, as far as the opportunities go, this one is going to be very appetizing, given Big's foregone some of the utility and weaponry they would have liked. And this is one of those slow.
Yeah,
look at how passive
but
this is.
This is. I love this. This is very old thought in Counter-Strike, especially when you're in the last round as a T and you know that the CT's finances are broken. You want to give them the first 30 seconds of the round to make the mistake.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you know that they're desperate. They're likely to go for something aggressive, overstep the mark, play into your crosshairs. And by doing so, again, they've just afforded the ability for Big to expend a lot of their utility. So now as Passion, you find yourself in a weapon advantage, a utility advantage, and you know that they're pressed to try and make a play. So all you need to do is clean them up with a nice little finish.
Yeah, and now they take that mid control away from tabseN, and flash go, hidden behind the smoke. Does he spam? Oh, perfect. tabseN does find the opener onto Chikasmo mid. Now pressuring onto Rigon. Nade looks like it'll do some significant damage. Look how much damage he's done there to Chiller and Zero. Trying to piece out now all that sound being made. tabseN still lingers mid.
Feels like they're just going to get blended.
Yeah, tabseN hearing the pivot. This feels like it could very well be a big one for Big Clan. 19 seconds. Running into the stack site. Nade again. Some serious util destruction. Flawless until it wasn't. Chiller and Jambo fight back a little bit, but down they go. Weapon upgrades are plenty for Big Clan. And that's a significant round to be posting, considering what you came into the round with. But they had an idea. They had a setup. tabseN with the flash push. Or CS2 with the flash. tabseN with the push. And the rest just falling into place beautifully. How much utility damage do you think that one round had?
I have no idea.
Let's say it was like 120 from the A main, plus, we're over 200 nade damage in one round.
Yeah, well played from Big, considering how pressed they were in that scenario. Kane will get on the mic with his second tactical timeout. So he has one more in his back pocket if required. Now, with the cash available, there's 2 residual buys for Passion. And at that point, the loss bonus, if they do lose them, is going to be starting to build to a point. If the bomb's going down, then maybe, just maybe, they can have buys all the way into overtime as the worst case scenario. And there, they'll get the 10K injection. Now, let's see. Is Kane's advice, hey, let's run one of those one more time? Let's just see if we're able to get away with them being aggressive and picking up a standard round. Or do we have a set piece that we want to function with? Well, Jambo even though he could have, has not gone into the AWP. So maybe that's going to be telling of the type of finish that Passion are looking for in round 21. Might be more direct, more of an execute, and the body is postured in exactly that way. Deep dark smoke. Pressure towards B. I think they've just dropped out the lurk.
They're ahead of the A main smoke, so yeah, they will fight tooth and nail for this control. Rigon and Searson.
Do they clear? And if they molly and clear, then Rigon will be in the open. Here's the clear from Chiller.
Rigon ahead of it. Nice trade from Jacasmo. Still gets his one though. Searson's all ready if they overrun. Tapson as well, providing and lending a hand as the Heaven Smoke lands, and a flash does force Searson off of the line. Oh, hesitation. Hesitation and reformatting now. They slink back.
It's the correct decision, right? All that pressure, the rotation would have been ahead of you. You didn't have the space.
This would be very brave from Crimbo to go any further than that. Looking to catch the walk-up canals. Jacasmo parks the bomb stairs. So with 48 seconds, they're not fully committing here. Fear and Jambo went all the way back to T-spawn, and now I can't quite tell what they're doing.
Well, this is where the inexperience can really come in. Starting to doubt yourself. The comms are a bit more erratic. Now, if the expectation is executing in towards the A site with just the AWP, well, Tapson, the in-game leader, is here to assist. They don't have any utility to block, so they will have to fight their way out of this.
Tapson's just leaving. Still will be able to react quickly. Searson gets flashed off. Not bad at all. Searson cannot stop them. So many flashbangs. He still gets his shot, gets his one. And Tapson as well onto zero. You do need to get that bomb down, and the round collapses. 2 in a row for Big Clan.
Big thought Christmas came early there. There was white completely over the side. It was just snowy.
I wanted to know how good those lineups were, because it's catching Heaven, Bricks, catches everyone you needed.
I think there was 2 sets of flashes there.
Some pillar?
There was some coming in from the A main players, and then there was still from Fear from outside, I think, was also flashing to deal with the Bricks individuals. So, again, as mentioned, there is enough for another buy, sure. But hemorrhaging cash now are Passion. This is where the nerves are going to start to pick up.
You can see it in their gameplay. Just a little bit more hesitation, a little bit less conviction. Searson sweeps through middle.
This is where, as I was discussing in the last, a set piece is good because it takes the decision-making out, right? So if it's like, all right, guys, we're going to do this execute and we're just going to go. Right, all that means is, hey, we're going to go through what we've dry run a million times, and if it works out, great. But if you continue to default, you put pressure on your young, inexperienced players, and if they start making hiccups, misplays, oversteps, hesitation, those difference makers will compound.
Great timing on that HE as well. That lands square on the jaw of Jacasmo. Pivoting back. Just as JDC and Crimbo fall out of the B-bomb site, they actually find themselves towards cave. Searson tested, brought low as well. Jacasmo keeps that mid-presence, keeps it on lock. Keeps Big Clan guessing as the bomb moves B. Coming in through dark, smoke now lands, Jacasmo can drop. How does this one go down? A boost over the smoke could be brilliant. Zero may not be ready for this. Oh, didn't nail it, now heard. And bomb can go down. Pushing through, Crimbo active, spotted out now by Chiller, just a Galil versus the M4. Spam, still connecting, Chiller and Zero have brought it into a 3v5. This is their chance for Passion to clean it up, take their map, and Jambo takes another frag, brings down Rigon. There's nothing for Big Clan here, a missed shot from the York, Tapson does find a rebuttal. Only the one though, look at the price he paid, good flash, Zero blind, Chiller still on the side, good cover, Zero another. It's all falling into place for Passion to take the first map, 1 map away from their very first major, from making the dream a reality. Big Clan falter on Passion's pick.
Yes, Passion are doing the impossible right now. 1 map away from 3-0, the youngest team in the RMR, the least...
I think it worked out that HRTV crunched the numbers. It was like 1.4 official maps a day.
And that's not including practice, demo watching, everything else. And so, yeah, I mean, hard work pays off. The added shirts, once again, proven for that first map, converting their pick. But as Chad has highlighted, this is a different kettle of fish. This is Big Clan's Dust2, as they look to rectify their shortcomings in the first map of the series, securing Mirage as our decider. We'll see if we get there. Let's start off with the pistol. Big Clan going to be, I'm sure, with a very solid game plan.
Yeah, and this is somewhere where they always have a little bit of something up their sleeve. A fun new smoke or two. As it's going to be 4 players over towards upper tunnels. A smoke out towards mid doors. Fear, I think he was looking for the block. Oh no, it lands on Xbox. It's a bit more of a classic. As they will be heading in lower tunnels. Zero Fix, you can see him right there on the precipice of pushing into upper tunnels to have the duel against Crimbo.
Jambo hears all of this. He's next to them and now spots out top mid. That smoke won't last forever. Wins his head-to-head, punishes that Xbox smoke, guising the push down. Fear and Chiller need to hit shots. Jambo onto JDC, that's nice. Still pressure on. Chiller goes down. Fear in trouble. So many bodies overwhelming him on the side. Can't find one more. Can track the head of Rigon.
They can go on while they start planning.
That's the plan, trying to isolate that duel. Searson does repel. Chikazma a bit late to the party, now arriving. They have a smoke, but will hit the head. Oh, lovely. Rigon and Searson get the job done. Rigon in particular going to have a field day. You can see he's G'ing up the boys with 3 kills to get Rigon started.
Yeah, putting Rigon in this team is like, you know, putting a saddle on a wild horse. Bad News Eagles, they were a team known just for being so momentum-based. Your Synopsies, your Flatros, your Rigons, they're hyper-aggressive. You had Scenario in the mix there as well. If people were focusing on the Asian RMR, he was participating with the Drillers. But yeah, they just would love to be let off the chain, and they could do these massive moments, and they'd always be yelling and hype. It was the boys, it was a bros team. And then you bring him into Big, which is a bit more calculated, and you still want to try and get the most out of him. Well, they did so on the pistol, so great conversion there from the German side, as it will be the Passion Force. Scout for Jambo, starting 4A.
Let's see what info he gets off the cross. Actually nothing, but starting that 4 long. Seen enough. Double HE. Crimbo plays it passive. Heading mid. Tabson with Rigon meeting him as well. Clears out short, clears out lower. And they're already positioned to contest short here. So as that door smoke lands, Zero starts to push forward. And Searson Scout good for it. Damage onto Rigon. Repeak is punished. JDC actually kills his teammate, so no harm, no foul, as long as this round goes their way. Pushing up long. Chikazmo, why have a good time flank here? Mike, being the operative, gets Crimbo down and pushing through more damage. A 99 damage dink as JDC gets away with the third. That's all 3 from JDC. Gets himself on the board, and Big Clan weather that force buy.
You can see the thought process behind that round from Passions, though. It kind of turning it into this multi-angle clamp down on middle. So the long aggress through the smoke, unexpected. You also have them all pivoting towards short, and then Fear playing in the mid-door smoke, and everyone's ready to just crack on in at the timing. So they do a little bit of damage, but that's all that is. Big forced them down to a pretty full eco. Just going to be Chikazmo on the Deagle. They're going to run straight up the guts. That nade, a little bit deep, but still good amount of damage. And another nade for good measure. It's going to be a farm session middle as the mop and bucket comes out. Quick one.
Quick one. It's not the end of the world, but it does mean that Big get to save all of their nades. No Molotovs need to be rebought. Just a couple of HEs spent. And we'll get that Jambo AWP out.
Have a kit on Jambo as well. Searson down and towards suicide. It's just going to be, oh my giddy aunt.
That's quick.
That is real quick.
He's always had the reaction speed. Lightning fast from Searson. Pulls the trigger, does hit the shot onto Chiller. Nice shot. Catches Rigon in lower tons.
He is not scared to force the issue. And you wonder if they do end up losing this series and the microscope gets refined in on Passion, how these could be punished in future matchups. Or even if they make it to the Major, that is still going to be a point of question for this team. But in the context of this round, it's a great opener. It does alleviate the pressure. S-Chill is still fragile towards the back of the site. Just tucked in alongside a Zero Fix. They've turtled up completely. So playing for info, Zero Fix on the jiggle. And Big are poised by the looks of things for a B split. Tabson can lob out the mid to B, smoke the final one available for Big. That'll land, and now it just comes down to Chiller and Zero Fix to trade efficiently. Molly misses, that helps out a lot.
Well,
a lot.
That's a gift, isn't it? Chiller is chilling. Zero Fix. Ooh, Chiller's so lucky! Living at the back of the thing. First volleys, now AWP shots. This time now, Zero Fix has to pass the test. He's got some support from Fear, and he gets his one, gets his two, as Fear comes in for the final bullet. Okay, Passion, they get their first CT round, and felt like Big Clan had the right idea there to save themselves from that 4v5.
Yeah, Jambo getting that opener, though, it's just so jarring. It's like, is this guy really that audacious? Like, he knows we have Sirison on the AWP, we've smoked outdoors, and he's still going to push through and go for that type of a fight. So cheeky to give them the number advantage, but we'll handle it on the B site from Passion.
Something we learned from that Fear interview as well about Jambo is that not only was he found just for having high elo, but oh, nice. He's done it again,
Sorry,
Searson.
what?
Twice now. It's like Groundhog Day for Chiller. He arrives at B with 20 HP. But as I was saying, yeah, Jambo, he doesn't really feel the pressure of an opponent. You know, he's not going to be, at least that's what they're claiming.
Yeah, no, and that's easy to do when you're playing a lot of online Counter-Strike because, well, it's just a name on the other side of the server. There's nobody behind it. That fear factor doesn't exist in the same way as Zero Fix. He'll find the opening this time round. Was entrenched in lower from the start.
Yeah, Chiller's going to push as well to make sure that it's their territory. So now actually really uncomfortable for Big Clan. The AWP's posted on the cat cross, so only Rigon jumping up is going to be a death sentence without a good, well-placed smoke. Flash for the peak for the AWPer. Fires off a shot, doesn't find him. Now all the AWP gets across. Searson starting to work his way in towards that A site. Jambo acknowledges that's going to be a popular decision. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, hard shot. Tries to get the tip of the bally. Rigon crossing into sight now. Fear will activate for a nice headshot. If he's ready for long as well, Crimbo applying the pressure. What a shot from Fear. Controls his spray. Tabson now alone. Jambo picking off Searson, but this could still go wrong with 30 seconds. And now the 1v2. He's making it work. Oh, one more bullet. And Tabson's 1v4 was theirs. They just run, charge into Tabson, and eventually they win the war of attrition. Whew.
Maybe they need to know who they're up against. Tabson on Dust2 in A, especially on that ramp with rifles in his hands, can be an absolute monster.
Bro, that would have been a tilter into the stratosphere.
Yeah, I have to tip my hat to Fear. He's had 2 rounds with back-to-back multi-kills on the rifle, and I brought up his name as the A rotating player on this CT side as a win condition for Passion.
Bloody hell.
So he's delivered. Can he keep it up? It's been necessary. Jambo will stand and bang against the pistols. JDC takes down Fear.
Okay, so now it's only an MP9, and actually one of Jambo's tags has been converted by the spread of the flame. That's not gone where it wanted to go.
Fireworks.
Shouldn't be any problems. One by one, just mopping things up. Rigon, he's in B, and he's been spotted. So Chiller will find him through the doors, and Passion will make it a nice tight game.
There's no Sirison AWP available. And he's hit the tags on Chiller in 2 consecutive rounds. So that's something that will definitely change for round number 7. It's the little details, right? Getting Jambo's AWP back across in the last rifle round, the fact that they made sure they did it very diligently. They used an incendiary and a flash instead of just crossing dry. You want to make sure that AWP is back over towards A ramp. And obviously he couldn't get there, but that was the thought process. Sirison's just going to work with the scout instead, so tough for him. We'll need to hit headshots and
Oh, they're in trouble. Fear.
What a gear change.
Can't believe they're already up cat. Yeah, that was a pacey start to the round, and it has led to a nice opening. CT smoke, what's your response? Have you an incendiary cocked? So nothing behind that smoke, confirmed by Chiller and Zero. Flash if the re-aggress. Jambo sets up Jacasmo for a swing, but ooh, careful, careful. Spots out Searson, they're into B, and everyone's distracted by Tabson here by
They have
doors.
to run him down. Ooh.
They pivot. Tabson should have Chiller every day of the week. He seems to have forgotten about Tabson completely. Now Zero does arrive in the feed, but over the top of the flames. Rigon overextends, and Zero's looking sharp.
And that's just all for the save. Zero was trying to get out of there.
Leave me alone.
Rigo could have let him go.
Holy, yeah. I mean, the shot you're hitting up dark before was looking pretty good too. So maybe this is a map for Zero to flex his mechanical ability.
Again, it's the little details, but you don't even see this from all the top teams all the time. But functioning after they lose that player, they're fighting towards middle together, right? So the flash for Cap, but they're also peeking up middle, knowing that they need to work together to try and get the trades back and get the jump on Big. But Big get the fourth. Still a little bit fragile, though, the finances. Syrson will be able to drop an AK. There's going to be a tactical timeout called by Kane. And with the plan, let's see how he can help them forward. Jambo can drop, so there will be rifles more than available for both sides of the server to continue to lock horns. We've had a 3-round streak into a 3-round streak, and now just one back for Big. And again, it doesn't feel like one team's just getting away with more opening kills than the other. There's reasonable about contributions on either side of the server. Everybody from Big has got an opening pick so far.
Yeah, that's nice. Just looking at Jacasmo, though, I've noticed, you know, he was at the bottom of the scoreboard in Dust2 at just at the start of the game, but I've noticed a lot of like readjusting monitor, touching the towel.
Okay, so not feeling comfortable.
My body language doesn't look like he's 100% comfortable in this second map.
Well, he'll have pressure applied to him again this round. Long corner smoke from the Insta. He'll help set Fear up early, and actually they're not going to test behind the long smoke, so lack of information for Passion with the opening gambit from Big. Maybe there just wasn't enough steps or bullets spammed through, because this right now is looking like an informed hold. Two players in B. Jambo again starting with the AWP over towards middle, but pivoting towards A, and they have to play through Cap because they need some territory. We're going to have a fight.
Yeah, Jacasmo and Fear are pushing short. Okay, ahead of the util, but oh, they would rather not take that fight.
Look at the restraint, though, on the utility right now from Passion. They have a whole bunch of smokes left. So we're at about the minute mark and they can block.
Yeah, that smoke is going to do a lot of work. Paired up with an incendiary, you've got 60 seconds. Jambo goes down. Tamsin the one to catch him. Pokes his nose outdoors, punishes the CT rotation.
A feels like the better decision because you know there won't be an AWP mid-long. You only have to get past riflers.
Yeah, Jacasmo and Fear. Previously short. Nade does find some damage onto Searson. Rigon crouch walking in. Fear has to pass the test again. Oh. Gets info. Lots of bodies heading his way. Smoke to play around. Smoke to the leg. Fear needs help. Fear needs help again. Last time he won this duel. Can't do it this time. Crimbo brings in bests him. Jacasmo actually hits an AWP shot, but it might just be to get away with the AWP.
Playing the long game of Passion. So even in these rounds where it feels like they could give the retake a go, they're not going to... Hold up. Give it a go now.
Yeah,
have a look now. You just got a freebie on Crimbo.
Yep, they changed their tune. Playing Car and Sight, and Searson's already in that nade as well, so he's 45 HP. Finds himself the upgrade to the AK. It's going to come down to JDC. Searson, if you peek, oh, he gets away with it. Gets the headshot onto Chiller. Now I'm not so sure it's a good idea, and neither are they. Running away. Searson knows the AWP could be retrieved.
Oof, Jacasmo, I think you're going to lose this.
I think he's in trouble.
I think Searson's going to dive up.
Get out of there.
Okay.
Gave him a warning.
Whew, yeah, I thought Searson was just going to dive straight off in towards the mid doors, and with the pistol in hand, it would have been an easy kill. Could drop that back to Jambo. But money not looking great for the rest of them, is it?
Really nice proactivity from Searson there after the death of Crimbo.
So they didn't... I thought maybe Passion, when they saw the long corner smoke and nothing behind it, thought, oh no, like we know what they're doing. But that wasn't the case whatsoever. They really were lacking information. So Big are toying with them right now.
Yeah, I mean, what a dream scenario when you start with that, like you described a Gambit with starting so many players up a B. You do the long corner smoke and no one gets the info. Now, well, quite the opposite, in fact. Flashes, but nothing behind it. Slows them down, but they will clear it. Jambo's pushing mid. Respect to Jambo.
Oh, nobody is going to be found whatsoever. They're in B. This round is over.
Yeah, I mean, I liked his proactivity. I like that he's taken the AWP straight up the guts, but it will not result in anything more than the 6th round for Big Clan.
Yeah, so I guess if we discuss some of the features that are making it harder for Passion to get long control, it tends to be a spawn-based position, but this isn't like our pugs at home, right? Most teams are going to play positional Counter-Strike. We might see them actually opt with a 4-1 on the gun round. To really vie for that space. But with Jacasmo as the anchor, Fear as the rotator, one of the two of them essentially needs the good long spawn or your AWPer in Jambo, who tends to be starting over towards middle more often than not. So we'll see how Passion adjust. But if you're big at this moment, I don't even know how aware they are that they're getting this information essentially. Well, they're not getting information for free. Their opening move is working as intended. It's keeping so much misinformation and buying so much time on the other side of the map in a few of these rounds that Passion really don't know what's going on. And you have a few options to search for answers. You can push into lower tunnels and try and biff upper dark early. You're able to go for those cat maneuvers, but last time they went for the cat boost, they just ran straight down middle and removed fear as the bottom portion of that. So Kane is definitely sensing that things are falling apart and quickly. Second tactical timeout. Lost bonus 2,900 into the next. So the buy now, some saves again, but we're starting to get deep within this one. There's only 3 rounds left.
Yeah, team effort from Big. Dust2, gonna have a quick look at what Passion. Like is there a big scalp they've been able to take? It is all being that kind of.
Their last couple of games, I think, were very close, but they did lose them. They were overtime affairs.
9 and Cloud9. But yeah, every game has been close on Dust2. Rare to see them actually have a kind of a domineering victory. Mostly losses as well, under that 50% win rate.
They are going to try and fight for long right now. Fear has the good spawn. So Molly in, waits for the flash. Nothing found, and they have control. So Jacasmo able to get across pit.
It looked like Crimbo was gonna ready to nade the long smoke and set CSN up for a peek. So in the absence of that, they will flash. Fear swings in. Comfortable. Jacasmo, the long anchor, I suspect a hard clear here. Crimbo, usually well drilled, will throw the molly for the pit. And cleared. Lovely team play from Big Clan. It all just slots into place so perfectly.
I wonder what the reluctancy was on smoking doors as well from Passion in that situation, because both Jacasmo and Fear had smokes. And that's my favorite plant right there. Get it on top of that box. You have to jump on top to defuse if you plant it correctly. Oh, Zero Fix kills Sirison, but Big are really just steamrolling this second. It is second map. First half. I don't think you get to hold on to anything, gentlemen. You are completely cut off at the pass, and the bomb still has a decent chunk of time left. Players in through the backyard of B. The guts of middle, flashing. They want the fight, and you guys are dead meat. Rigon and JDC secure it. 4-round gap.
I'm pretty sure 4 of the 5 deaths there were with a flash assist for Big Clan. Everyone's doing their part. Diligent util. But yeah, absence of the smoke is unusual. I wonder if perhaps just Big's early reluctance to hit long maybe lulled them into a false sense of security about that portion of the map.
Yeah, look, you would love to have it in other areas, wouldn't you? But when long has been a bit of an issue for you, thought maybe lock that one down.
Hey, bait and switch.
Okay.
Jambo takes down Searson. Now you get opening kill this time for Passion. And I will say Zero, he's been quite stalwart in his aggressions in the tunnels. Can he hold on against JDC this time? Fear, aggressive, up towards Palm Tree. Gets some info, gets more info.
Noisy, though.
And very loud, but still controls the spray into Rigon. So now extending their advantage. Can go wrong, potentially will.
Cheeky.
Never mind, Fear another. Finds Tabson, bomb loose, awkward round. JDC and Crimbo detached from one another. Zero still considering the potential. And JDC are unprepared for that forward position.
They're just loitering in middle, aren't they? Bit of a nuisance as Crimbo will be able to get the bomb as highlighted.
Now this is where I'm intrigued to see if Passion have everything covered. You know, their communication, it's going to be a good indicator that their comms are clean. Looks like Jambo's tasked with the mid-long cross. And they've got everything on lock. But all it would take is a Crimbo one tap.
Okay, all right. I see what you're trying to do. He'll give it a go. There's money more than available for that last round for Big, so no need for Crimbo to save necessarily. Should be able to get a drop. But waltzing on in, procedural as you like, changing elevations, step by step. And a Jambo miss, so the Crimbo one tap not in play. Chiller will take him down. Everybody is able to scavenge something. 7-5. is the best that can be mustered now for Passion. I love this little maneuver from Fiat. Was detected, but still able to take those fights, and just awkward because Big aren't really grouped up in positions to trade.
Let's go, guys.
And they like that one.
No smoke. And a fight. One out. Nice from Jakizmo. Jakazmo.
Beyblade, doesn't he?
Oh, that's his cousin. Yeah, Citizen still gets the shot into Jambo after one. But regardless, Big are operating at a disadvantage once more.
Your discussion in the previous round about Crimbo, like I think in this type of round, very key. If Passion drop this one, you can just see things aren't functioning as they should be.
I mean, yeah, an overextension from Chiller is... Oh my god, Fear just pushing through! He charges with the flash, and no, Chiller, yeah, that's a nasty one to concede.
Yeah, started so good, ending so poorly, so
wow.
going to be a bad vibe tribe going into the second half. Big looking to walk away with 8 to their name, T-Half and Dust2 their map choice, so this is beautiful. Jakazmo, who will give it all he's got.
Smoke kit. 2 to find. Oh, the Utah from CS and Tabson's brutal. They got another molly smoke. They got another. They don't need it. Tabson takes it. 8 to 4. Big Clan making Passion look a little bit more human after Anubis.
Yeah, you can see some of the moves they're going for feel like they're stressed, lacking information, just swinging out, getting stuck in when maybe, just maybe, they could have taken the time. But they are one map to the good. They lose this while we tie things up 1-1. We move into Mirage and they can reset. We do have a match going on the secondary stream. Jackie and Vince are bringing you all that action. TSM vs PARIVISION. If you want to go check that one out, that's into its second map as well. It's currently on Vertigo. That's an elimination series coming up later today. Astralis versus Bait, another elimination game, and G2 versus 3D Max. We are looking to lock a team into the elimination stage, the top 16 in the major, or 2 of which. So winner of this one and winner of G2 3D Max will be securing that today.
Yeah. G2 in their last best of 1 with 9 pandas, giving all of their fans a nice G2 heart attack. It was a crazy comeback, wasn't it? I remember Harry screaming through the walls. Yeah, because we were casting at the same time. It was
Yes.
like a 9-round comeback from 9 pandas.
Yanko said he wasn't worried at all while watching that game.
Yeah,
It was a content game. So
Yeah,
look,
okay.
G2 better than anybody understand they need to help out their org with the social media interactions.
They still converted and now find themselves
Exactly.
one best of 3 away.
As we say, no harm, no foul.
Coming up next, what's the pistol call from Passion? Let's see if they can get past this setup.
Does Crimbo get 4 on the Julies again?
Yeah, he did it once on Anubis. I wonder if he's got it in him. It's going to be harder to do so with this Chiller coming in from the lower tunnels.
If only he knew how close to death he was.
Oh, good little flash to swing on through. Searson does get his bell rung. Crimbo still now reveals himself in low as Tabson controls his taps. Finds Jambo. Oh, so many bodies. Jakazmo gets... Oh! Tries to anyway, Crimbo. Very nice tap. Back of the head just as he was rounding the corner.
Just scampering away.
He's coming for you. He's still got 9 bullets in the mag. He ain't reloaded. He's running. They're forced to use their Molotov just to catch a breath. Oh, Searson actually might... Yeah.
Oh, doesn't even need to worry about his position.
Doesn't matter. And Fear flashed him off, running at him with a knife, running at him with a knife. Oh, brutal out here. Brutal out here for Passion on Dust2, and you can see Big Clan returning to form on their map pick.
All right. Well, taking a look at Passion's run so far, just to keep everybody up to date.
This one was spicy. You saw this.
Bang.
Pop goes the weasel.
Now, the maps that Passion have played so far, they beat VP 16-14, they beat Spirit 13-11. That was on Mirage and then Anubis. Well, they've won Anubis. Can they win Mirage? Dust2's the new map thrown into the mix. Big have taken down Sashi on Anubis and Heroic on Ancient to get to this 2-0 bucket of teams.
Okay, well, Searson humbled after 1. They are trying to explode onto A side, but Tabson in a power position. Perfect weapon for the job. Crimbo provides the support. And Fear, last to fall, does throw out a couple of Tech-9 bullets in their general direction.
And a strong showing from Big. Yeah, Yanko highlighting that he felt that if they didn't lose that Tech-9 round in the second half after the pistol conversion, that maybe, just maybe, Big really could have brought Anubis back and gotten it done in 2, because they were able to, towards the tail end of the half, start converting consecutive CT rounds. So that buffer could have been the difference maker. But here we are, staring down the barrel of what is likely the 11th round for Big. It's going to be a Hero AK in the hands of Jambo. The rest of them just going to operate with Glocks and a Deagle for 0 fix. It's a bit of a sobering experience from the highs that Passion have been riding. And you wonder, when you go through the first day 2-0, you're one best of 3 away, your expectations are one thing, and how do you manage those? I think Fear said that he was hoping for day 1 just to go 1-1 to get time, to play more matches, to hang around longer, to get more experience against some of these bigger names. Well, he's definitely done that. It would have to be the unfortunate factor of 3 best of 3 losses consecutively. Wow, actually, then we have the 7th place decider, so it does get a little bit murky.
Yeah.
Can't be as cut and dry with the sentiment.
Oh yeah, we and they are all aware that the most cut and dry way to do this is today. And I mean, in turn, as far as time goes, playing against these teams, you pick yourselves up the conversion, the spot.
Well, that's true too, because then you could be practicing against all of them. I'm not sure exactly what's facilitated as far as getting to stay in Shanghai. I think, you know, would be urged with only a week difference between the end of this and the start of the major to hang around. And they're just going to get their faces melted, aren't they?
Well, the AK from Chiller. At least punishes Tapson. Oh, it's too easy. The MP9s farm up. And that Hero AK going to be scavenged away. So, Big Clan 2 rounds away from forcing Mirage. And we will get the guns back out.
Yeah, immediate upgrade, from Sirison into the AWP. I wonder if Tapson will operate with the little MP9 on the ground. I'm sure somebody could. They are juggling the guns across. Oh, they've got double AWP. Okay, never mind. MP9 in the dirt. JDC's got the secondary. This might be a shock to the system for Passion. Jambo with his. Both AWPs starting middle.
Yeah, boosting for a short aggress. Searson's going to be actually charging straight into lowers with his.
Oh.
They suspect something fishy afoot.
Yes, they manufacture a way out, and will do. So staying calm there, Sirison, not overplaying his hand. Passion the default 3 tunnels, 1 back cat, and 12 Jambo having to just sit here and watch the long push possibility.
JDC, well timed on the repeat, flashes for himself, gets 0 legged. 0 fix and S Chiller pushing up towards the short side. It's Tapson, and eventually it will be Searson. You can see that Tapson's got this cheeky flash for his swing.
They're already out.
They're
He doesn't
off
know.
the line of sight. Now Searson works it out, and Tapson still hits the headshot. Oh, falling just poetically into place for Big. Nothing for you here for Passion.
Yeah, this is the big buff with the map pool change, right? This has always been their home turf. The Germans loving a bit of Dust2. They'll get their 12th round secure, and they are just looking comfortable as you like. Sirison and Tapson on this map doing some dirty work. While on Crimbo with 17 kills to his name. One of the shining beacons of hope for the German scene. Hoping that he can be the next big thing. But he's also shown his allegiance, right? This is the Tapson once upon a time. Okay, yeah, he could have gone anywhere. That same conversation now coming up for Crimbo, right? But the thing is, they want to play with their poise. They want to play with their countrymen, and I can understand it.
Yeah.
Making the major, that's one way to silence those conversations.
Yeah, the emergence of JDC as well became a valuable asset for Big Clan as he was
tossed aside by Mouse.
tossed aside.
He also went and played in another team in the interim, I'm pretty sure. Was he with Sirison? Let me go double check. Yeah, they were in that 0-0 Nation roster.
Okay. And then all combined into this package you have now. Rigon, of course, turning heads with the Bad News Eagles. Trilingual.
A reason it's forgettable, though, the whole 0-0 Nation situation for Syrison and JDC. But here we go. Likely to be the final round. Passion force in with what they can. Jacasmo stalled out. Sendry's at his toes. Can't just pipe up Cat.
Yeah, by the time that fades, Crimbo arrives, swings through. Ooh, leg shot. Or scout shot, I should say. Jambo's pushing it.
Ooh.
Pushing the issue. Okay, slow your roll. Jacasmo's mad. He saw the tip of the head. Now Fear activates. Okay, we're going for shock and awe. It's kind of working for you. Jacasmo's trying to hold this CT rotation. Shadow will be visible. Fear gets himself across with a flash smoke combo.
It's a little bit worrying when Chill is on B and everybody else from Big are ready to fight the A site.
Yes, yeah.
He can't be a Chill guy anymore.
Oh, Rigon. Down to Fear. They don't know where this loose piece is, so if you could just live a second, Chiller's flank is coming in. Free frag. Now info on the last. Has some util to work with as well. Nade forces back JDC. Molotov as well forces a decision. JDC does have that smoke grenade and elects not to use it immediately.
Okay, well, both of them blocking Cat. The reroute for JDC going around the world, going to pivot towards long. Chiller still worried about the short smoke, giving JDC time.
Okay, yeah, I wonder if he's consider this in time. Hidden on sight. JDC steps soon to be heard. Chiller adjusts his crosshair. And clutches up for the boys. Recovers the AWP. Passion survive. Posting, I believe they're first.
It's a long road back.
Oh, yeah, the longest.
This is going to be very tough for Passion. And that lurk, yeah, look, it pays off, but only just. Chiller able to secure them something to work with, but Big, not going to have any problems buying in again. And you saw Crimbo just like smashing his way out Cat, looking for some fights. He gets a kill with an incendiary, sure. But the A defense becomes awfully fragile. Going out long. Jacasmo can't get the room. The flashes were there, but Syrison too good.
Oof. Not a great feeling. You had a game plan and immediately forced to pivot.
Oh, Big have thrown out a top mid smoke to just apply more pressure. Yeah, this one right here. So that would keep you on your toes.
They're ahead of it. What can you do in the 4v5 disadvantage? How about that?
Jeez, Chiller.
Okay, we are pushing incendiaries now, and it's kind of working. Now forcing Syrison into the open, comfortable, as he bests Jambo on the cross. This time punished for a miss. Fear gets one, gets two with the Galil. JDC can close it right here. And one of them's low. I swing through from zero fix and Fear off the bomb. JDC repositions. Okay. What's the play? Could be elevator.
There's so much time. As Fear sits and waits, thinking that he's just going to re-swing, JDC could have gotten off to anywhere. So for Fear at this moment, now he has to worry about everything. Dropping down, looking for the fight, time to take the duel, and JDC is going to close it 13-5. Big looking comfortable on their map choice. We're going to the third and decider of Mirage. The Major still open for either team.
Yes, you called it, guys. Big, with a big performance on Dust2, their map, of course. And it's all tied up, obviously. Passion.
List waiting in the wings to kick off the Perfect World Shanghai Major in, wow, just a week and a bit's time.
Yeah, well, they can do it. They can book their ticket. Both teams at the end of Mirage. Edge probably given across the board to Big Clan, but Passions and Anubis definitely showed that they can have, they can hang with the big boys. Will their comfort level be that of Anubis or that of Dust2? Well, let's find out.
Oh, some decoys brought in from Passion.
Okay, well, we've seen them used to bait some reactions. They throw out a fake window smoke. Style points or more. Con as well.
It's going to be a retake A setup here. Crimbo has the smoke in the kit. He's going to be over towards B. So the long rotation point back is Big are currently investigating middle. Rigon's going to be under a lot of pressure. If he can find a kill and live, job done.
Oh, hard shots to track, and he's unable to do so. Tabson still hits 1 onto 0 fix. Flash, oh, he eats that, forced away. They fight for CT. Crimbo and Rigon are going to be coming in from that side. Searson's going for a Palace flank.
Yeah, they've got more time due to the kit, so they can still pull this off big.
Yeah, so Rigon's going to be escorting Crimbo. Hang on. Oh, they're fighting. They're fighting tooth and nail. Crimbo hits his shot. Chikasmo down. Rigon another. It's falling into place nicely. Headshots from Rigon. And they did have all the time in the world to get onto that defuse. So much so they didn't even implement the kit. JDC just jumps on it.
And this is where the nerves are really going to play a massive factor for Passion, right? On the cusp of doing something historic, first-time major for all of you as well as the organization. Whereas Big, they definitely have a whole lot more of that. Tabson, the one who's been to the absolute most out of the team, and then a little bit scattered from different rosters. JDC with Mouse, Rigon with the Bad News Eagles, and the likes of Sirison and Crimbo with Big, but only a couple to their name. Keeping it calm is Rigon. That's not traditionally how we see him make his way to majors. Normally out of his chair, going absolutely nuts.
Well, he has to kind of, you know, not match, but certainly fit within the big plan reaction. And we heard JDC talking to HLTV as well and identifying that they are trying to find ways to facilitate his craziness while he also tries to integrate their style of play into his own. Searson, that's a lot of early info. Rigon flashes in Searson for the answers on ramp. That's Chiller. And a fantastic Anubis.
Yeah, and he's their lowest rated player on this map. So he's definitely been delivering as far as the aim department is concerned.
For sure.
Let's see if they can turn the screws on this Force Spy and create a bit of an awkward situation at the start of map number 3.
I mean, Big highly prioritizing the M4s there. I mean, Util's exhausted now. A single flash and just 2 smokes. Heading up towards Connector. Who's spotting this? Rigon, I suppose? Yeah, he's going to be having little looks. JDC spotting the con. Could swing out further if he so desires. Doesn't want to give up anything. He can see there's a hesitance to Big Clan setup. They don't want to be caught out.
That's a lot of info.
There's info. And there's frags. JDC will activate off of Rigon's intel. Searson manages to pluck another from the pack as Chiller goes down. Ooh, good cover. Nearly lost 0 fix there. Oh, they've overlooked him. God, Fear saves his teammate's life. Now Tabson pushing through. JDC from Connect. They don't give him a moment to breathe. There's just constant pokes and prods and jabs thrown by Big Clan.
All in all, that feels a bit too easy for Big, doesn't it? That's quite a nice round indeed. They retain all the M4s. They forced Passion down to the eco. They were unable to plant. So a great round from Big. And I think Yanko was going with the experience over the youth. His prediction for the Germans to take this and lock themselves in, and this is the start to do so.
Yeah, no absence of experience at this point.
Sirison has just opted for the MP9, so if he can farm up, that'd be great. They could throw him in for early info, and he'll bring out the AWP into the next. You can see the residual cash next to his name.
He's already in Palace. I mean, there's always the luxury when you can kind of rule that out as a possibility. Ramp obviously needs to be attended to, and Rigon will. Just like that.
I think they'll just wipe the board with them.
Yeah. I mean, the Scout's the only threat, really. Some Deagles on top of that, so if he was to hit some tags, but it doesn't look like he needs to, actually, he'll just hit the head. Gets that one shot. And no trade. Rigon just stands, delivers. Nice one back. Chikasmo. Good for 1. Searson's push a very quick flank onto Fear. And with that recovered, M4 just shy of converting onto JDC.
Ooh, we're seriously going to get there in time. How?
Oh, it's
financially,
perfect.
Yeah, perfect work. It's great. Little donation. The heads-up awareness as well. That shows that the comms are flowing well on your side of the server as well from Big, so that's great work. Seriously could donate that to a teammate. He can bring the AWP out. And they have everything they'd hope for and more. Now, Jambo, he does not have an AWP. So as far as the head-to-head between the two of them goes, that's going to be a bit of an issue. I would expect default heavy from Passion from what we've seen. They've gone for window smoke, cat smoke, so want to try and facilitate Fear to get out the mid control. But look at JDC. Immediately walking up cat, ready to take the potential fight. A second incendiary behind the island box mid is just going to delay the default. And maybe that's all Big need to do. Just make things feel a little bit more uncomfortable for Passion.
Yeah, don't let them play their game. If it is default heavy, disrupt that. Citizen's Orbs walking for a very late arrival onto short side. It's facilitated by JDC maintaining a forward position. Chikazmo pokes into underpass.
Yeah, see if he drops that deep connector smoke or not. They are definitely lined up for an A split.
Oof. Gets out of there.
Just a buffer for them to work with, so misthrown smoke will work against them, and that's a big kill from Fear.
Yeah, JDC will find the response, and oh, Chikazmo another. Finding Crimbo, overlooked his rig on, comfortable collection, but there's the trade. Zero Fix and Jambo, now just Zero. Out into the site, comfortable for Tabson. He gets the hard work done, hard graft. Two players swinging him, two different angles, still adjust comfortably to make it 4-0. Passion will be having to stomach a half buy.
Yeah, good trade work there from JDC and Osiris, and he goes down, but he gets that kill. That means they're not worried about that late piece of Fear coming through within the round being a nuisance around window, and that pressure immediately applied to Passion. They're going to take their first tactical timeout. Looks like Deagle's in a hero AK to try and stem the bleed of Big just building a huge economy.
So if for Passion, it's going to feel like, okay, every time we're trying to do a default, there's something different being thrown, whether it's always push Palace early or, no, that was actually against the Scout, but disrupting their default. Is the response to slow it down and do it even slower, or is that just is that playing into Big Clan's hand? Do you have to do something kind of more strat book heavy, like a straight up page out of the strat book?
Well, essentially, because we're still early, I would say continue to run the default until you can pull off a round, but you're only going to get a few more of those opportunities because you need to be able to show that you can do that, so then you can start playing off of it.
Right.
Whereas if they went the other way and they started with more direct hits, obviously you get afforded more options when you win the pistol and win the force, because then you get to set the tone of how you want to approach certain rounds, but that's great.
There you go.
Swing in middle, put your aim on display.
No window smoke, just fight. And the AWP is there, can't believe his luck, and gets flatlined by Zero Fix. Fear now onto Tabson, hang on. Off the back of the timeout, two good picks. Rigon and JDC tending to the gap that's been manufactured by just individuals taking duels. Zero Fix backs his aim, as does Rigon. He's not shy.
Jambo's going to get dropped at Deagle. I think you want to make sure you bring that AWP out into the next round. Let's see if they can pull this one off. And I think, you know, this is where it's hard, because you want to be like, look, boys, let's play confident Counter-Strike. Let's play in their face. Let's take some duels short. But just the lack of experience, and they were already talking about the adrenaline pumping through their veins in previous matchups. Waltzing up Cat into JDC. He's dinked. He might get overwhelmed.
Yeah. Do they rush through that smoke, though? That feels a little ill-advised against JDC. With Crimbo taking some apartments, deep apartments control as well. Now they press and trade. That's Chiller, good for it. Brings down JDC after that nice long-range dink earlier in the piece from Chikazmo. Oh, he hears that. Oh, Rigon, not far off on his auditory processing. Now Crimbo spotted out in the apartments. Rigon makes no secret of his presence in the market. Trying to nade spots out Chikazmo on the cross. They do need to hurry this plant along. Can they disrupt it? A fake exposed. Time is of the essence now. Another drops. Chikazmo can't cover. And Jambo has no hope here, just sitting in the open, getting picked apart by Big Clan.
Oh, this is looking comfortable now for Big. This is a massive lead. 5-0 start. These rounds few and far between that have felt that close.
That 3v5?
Look, it was always going to be tough. But yeah, it was. And the fact that Crimbo has such a power position in apartments, when you're coming up, think about the angles that are opened up. You have to worry about market as well as B apps. You have 180 degrees to have to worry about, or thereabouts. All right, they will take it direct. They didn't bring out the Jambo AWP. It's just going to be rifles aplenty. And if they can't pull this one off, if the response time of Big, if the retake is there, Passion are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Jambo tasked with all the flashes. Rigon calling for aid as the smokes arrive. And it's Rigon good for an opening. Now look at Tabson, stubborn, just pushes through the bench position. Oh, as Chiller nearly went down as well. They're in trouble. Getting that bomb plant's a nice start. 3v4.
It's still going to be so tough to hold on to. You got the number disadvantage. JDC still has residual utility to make this possible. You can get the molly into the site if you'd like to make sure nobody's behind the goblin box. Get the smoke on the bomb.
Yeah, it's a little late decision to send Chiller on the around the world.
He's committed now.
Yeah, playing Joker, as it were.
Oh, Sirius is ready for that, or at least he was.
Yeah, still all onto Jambo. Ouch, bell rung. JDC dinks him. Searson nails it, now all onto S-Chiller. Oh, a chance on the flank. If he could get the molly onto the bomb, it might not spread. Crimbo finds a safe haven and saves the round. A couple more millimeters in the right direction on the rebound. He could have very well converted with the molly. Oh, okay, that's tough. You can see there's just that momentary hesitation that Big Clan just don't have. Successful retake, getting the bomb down. I mean, it's going to mean Passion will have another stab. Best round attempt we've seen so far from Passion.
Yeah, it's on the way in, right? I think the fact that Tabson's able to get in and out and to keep that number advantage. It's the little details that are going to make the big difference.
Yeah, and that swing from Tabson, you know, back and go was often mollied. I suppose now it's the threat of the edge.
Yeah, precisely. Speaking of Tabs, the in-game leader starting over towards a ramp. So investigating the possibility of another A play. But this is Passion back to the default spread. Just feels so deep in the half and you haven't even brought out the AWP even though you've had options to, so. Passion, I think at this point I'll be lucky to get 4 rounds. Rigon's only been in this team for about 4 months, so the big, I don't want to call it a rebuild, but they did make some big changes. Remember Sin, remember Process? Sin over there at M80.
For sure.
Yeah, they bring Searson back. He left, thought he could find greener pastures. Well, you always find yourself back in big if you want to be at the top of the German pops. So for a pretty average year, all things considered, this would be fantastic for Big to make the top 16.
Tabson, swing, connects, Jambo trades out to jungle. Bomb makes its way into the side, but Rigon, JDC still here. Crimbo down, JDC makes himself known. How's he got 2? A belated trade, Rigon still on the ramp and unnoted. Oh, is he? Actually, yeah, no, good clear. S-Chiller aware. And should be able to get this bomb down. Doesn't plant in the open, not susceptible to that Searson AWP. He is the last man standing between Passion and their first T round in this third.
The money's not there. Searson should be saving unless he wants to go for the clutch.
He's like, knows exactly what's up, just doesn't quite hit the Hail Mary.
I thought they'd be lucky to get 4. Maybe I have to take that back. The finance is something that I didn't quite acknowledge for Big. So have been kept a little bit ropey. Searson's AWP being retained, a key piece of that puzzle. See if Fear can get himself something juicier. Then, yes, he did. Into an AK. Doesn't have to hold on to the Galil, and they need to retain their rifles on the T side as well. So good work. There you go. First round on the board, and is it first of many? Good that they're keeping the poise to make sure that the nameplating's still there, so knowing that Rigon is that A anchor, they didn't go overlooked. Made sure that they cleared him out. Big kill from Chiller. Does Kakafu get on the microphone now? Seriously could drop an M4. He definitely could justify some form of a force around the AWP. It's 1900 as the loss of the next. And I talk about this more often than not when you just save an AWP. If you don't force behind it, you might not see it again for a decent period of time.
Citizen heads for early. Short presence. Yeah, that flash is not going to get him far. Fear.
He might just do all the work himself, huh?
Meets the AWP, he certainly could, yeah. Sets himself up for success.
Get a serious round going. Oh!
Oh, a chance onto the AWPer. Deep con smoke. Chikasmo is going to feel a lot of pressure, as is Jambo with that bomb, but he's not running away. He's actually maintaining this position. Now they poke B. Crimbo, what can you do with just the Desert Eagle? He hits 1, it would have been a different story. Instead, Zero Fix gets across the sideline. Now awkward. Pressure is on. Big Clan all over the place. Swarming indeed. Swats the first. JDC, good work onto Chikasmo. Still some damage onto Bench that's converted. Oh, uncomfortable. 2v2 now. Both of them recover a rifle. Rigon. Oh, missed shot from Searson. Rigon no Kev, so be hard-pressed to find a contribution. Searson throws the AWP on his back. Starts to put the pressure on. Zero Fix gets through. A 4. Make it. Oh, okay. Quad kill from Zero. Jambo's the one to put the 3rd frag on his total. And Passion get themselves a 2nd.
Well, the pressure on with just a saved AWP, and now Searson will buy back into another.
That was high pressure, considering what they had equipped.
And we were so worrying in certain moments. You highlighting the bomb of Jambo still being top mid while his teammates are investigating B. There's plenty of moments where it can go wrong. Just with the default presence across the map from Passion, almost getting picked apart at the seams. But regardless, we are back underway. Rigon to defender A with just the MP9. Will they use him up close and personal? Sirison for a classic Palace peek. One of the many moves in an AWP's arsenal as the A executes setup.
He works. Late arrival from Jacasmo. Meets the AWP.
Might change the call completely.
Yeah, Jambo's piecing out.
And you have to piece this back together now because you went in for the all-in A, right? You need to now try and establish the map control. You can't always be certain that, hey, they haven't pushed. It's a rifle round. What seems unlikely. You need to give everything the consideration, and Jambo scoped up doing exactly that. But from one pole to the other, they're going to head from A to B. Have they AWP search?
He's already here.
And he's here.
He's arrived.
There's no way he jumps up van, though.
Yeah.
Surely not,
He's
right?
drawn the line. He's drawn the line. He's determined that this will be sufficient. Miss window. Good catch from the obs.
Not the first time we've seen missed utility. Fear was missing a little bit on Anubis, the map they picked up. So gaping void for Fear. He'll communicate that's the possibility. But he's on his lonesome. So Fear just selling the presence while the other three grouped up.
It's a good sell. Unfortunate for him. Grey screen. JDC spots him on the walkout. Searson just looks away as they start to surge. Peeks back in. Misses his shot. Hang on. Yeah. Flattened by Chiller. This becomes what was a 5v3, but now a 3v4 post plant. Hang on. Crimbo comes in from Apps. Tamsin's already taken some flak. Jambo tags up another. But there's JDC. Good work. Chiller down. Pressure on. Smoke to play around. Still Jambo connects on that bench position. JDC next victim. Zero Fix doing everything he can on this B site. Multi-kills on multi-kills. Rigon down. Zero Fix from quad kill to triple. Look what it means to him. Kick and open that B bomb site, and a pivot after a Searson opener.
Yeah.
Works out for Passion.
Getting fired up, and the fact that they pieced this one back together as well. Searson's finding these openings in back-to-back rounds. Sure, one was just a saved off, but this is a gun round, and they pulled this one off right under their nose. Searson rotated in, thought he was in the right position, looks away, but Zero Fix putting on a show. That's a big triple from a young gun. 17 years of age. There you go, finally a bit of emotion being let out from Passion. And that is a huge round. It's broken big. Haven't had many spurts in this game like that. There's been a few rounds here and there, but otherwise it's been pretty tempered scenarios. We're on JDC right now, who's actually been having a great map so far. I think a lot of his kills feel awfully impactful, but that time not able to convert off of his short duel. And just spread out big. So again, back to the slower pace out of Passion. Gives you a moment to consider how that one went wrong big. Hey, reflect on that round. It's not just the kills, it's the fact that they lose the pick in Palace. They were just going to go for an all-in A execute. They have to rotate all the way back to the other side of the map, and they still are able to stick the landing. Fear again. Game leader on the search, the Mac 10. He's about to get a rude shock as he comes through this connector smoke once more.
Tracks Crimbo. And down. Nice work from Tabson, but it's only going to be that Mac 10. Jacasmo can now contain them on that smoke. JDC, the unknown entity, up for a second. And woo, quick react. Pulls the trigger onto the Chiller swing despite the flash. They've made it costly. Fear and Chiller watching from the sidelines.
See if you can walk away with an AK. Tabson and Searson can hang around, and Tabson's Deagle gets the chance. Jacasmo will take him, and it's just Searson to find. Lost Bonus has built to the 2900 into the next for big. And Passion. Make it 4 consecutive rounds. So pistol conversion, 6 on the trot for the Germans. And now Passion are well and truly in this map.
Yeah, synchronizing nicely with what has been impactful contributions from the entire roster. Notably, Chiller, Zero Fix as well, definitely found their footing here. Fear has been having impact, and Jambo as well. So he was starting very quietly into our third. Now we're starting to see his name. Now we're starting to see his contributions, and we get to see him on the AWP, which, as you highlighted, was a notable omission.
Yeah. Oh, it's felt like it's taken a while to get into his hands, hasn't it? And you consider the scalps they've taken so far in the best of one, Spirit and VP both failed. You go up against Big, you think, damn, they have a real shot, but this one's gone the distance. Another household name. Now that they've been able to establish the default, let's see if they want to continue with something a bit more picky. Appears to be the case. Jacasmo, flash down underpass, sector clear. No aggressions to be noted from Big just yet. Bomb on the back of S-Chiller, making his way over towards B. It's Crimbo they'll have to tussle with.
Oh, the timing on this is threatening. You're going to boost up the rifle? Oh, fumble. Jacasmo onto Tabson, clears out Con. And aggression from Zero, again successful into B. Now Searson's under scrutiny, spotted. He could be a dead man, a missed AWP shot again on the B site, and he's punished for it. Just like that, it all falls into place. Mad fumble. Just on the mantle. Never mind the missed AWP shot.
And it felt like it was acknowledged that the sound cue was heard just in the posturing. So Passion, as soon as Jacasmo gets the kill over towards Connector, they hit the go button and they just swarm that B bomb site. So quite a bit of success over there so far. They're going to make it just a one-round game and looking to take everything away. Zero Fix glued in on the position of Rigon. Now it'll be noted and they are going to hunt him down. The AWP from Jambo does miss.
360 from Rigon. Styling on him. As S-Chiller does lock him down, remove his rifle.
Ooh. And we have just lost Crimbo from the server, so a technical timeout will just play on through. Take a moment, and then maybe we do get a big tack to have a conversation before they make it to half-time. Map number 1 of Anubis ended 6-6 at the half. But, being able to buy themselves a buffer in the second, it was a Tech9 force from Fear's boys on Passion to get them going. And then just not able to get themselves close. So this has gone the distance with a strong Dust2 showing from Big. But now they're the ones under the pump. They're the ones feeling the pressure. Look at that. Jacasmo's, he's back in his chair as well. A little bit of relaxation going on while they wait out this technical timeout. For those who may be just joining us, if you're unfamiliar with the rules, you can't say anything to your teammates during technical timeouts. Tax is where you can have the conversation. Text is where you need to keep your mouth shut. No form of communication allowed whatsoever.
I've got a weird technical question. Do you think there's any way that if you had a 5-year coin, it wouldn't be on your profile? Like, could you have to accept the 5-year coin? Because
I don't know. I don't even remember when I got my 10-year coin and how it appeared.
Because obviously Tabson's rocking 10 years and there's going to be that present across the board. Zero Fix hasn't even got 5. But he has got 12,000 hours.
Well, yeah, when you have the average age of 19.7.
Bro's been grinding.
Fear's the oldest at 24. S-Chiller is 19. Jambo's 20. And the other two are 17 years of age. Jacasmo and Zero Fix. 17 years young.
Wow.
And you take a look on their HLTV profiles, right? And it shows the teams they've been in. Essentially, for most of these guys, this is their first Counter-Strike rosters.
Wow.
Which, to get to do it in this fashion is probably quite dreamy, really. I don't mean it being a dream, but in terms of getting to be with a group of boys and all play together and be obsessed over the same thing and working to a common goal in something that has been ironed out. Like, to be a professional Counter-Strike player these days, it's a real deal. It's not like it was, 10, 15 years ago. So they know what the blueprint is. They have this obsession together. They're working hard. And they're putting on some well-pieced together CS. It's thought out. It's fundamentally sound. At times, they're showing that restraint, but the flair of the individuals, the aim on point. Can they tie things up?
Back into the mix with some aggression. Looks like Rigon's been given the freedom to go for that. They start with a 4B lean as they tease. Might be caught off by the speed of that, I was going to say flank, never mind. Oh, Rigon, what's that? Just comes running out of underpass and another opening for Zero Fix.
I just think because of no utility in middle, he's thinking nobody's home.
They've just contacted
That's literally their first or second smoke that's just been, no, we'll make it their first because their second just landed on Cat.
Bro. Okay, well, that's nice proactivity from Tabson. Jacasmo will acknowledge that's a possibility. Wide swing, still S-Chiller. He hits the headshot, and there's Zero as well onto Crimbo. How have they clawed their way back in with what is going to be a 6-round run? From 6-0 up, Big Clan, 6 rounds, dead silent. With the stakes this high, unless tabseN can disrupt in any way, shape or form. Already the damage onto CS2 is a lot. They're not looking at him. A chance for tabseN. He doesn't finish his meal. Chikazmo empty-handed and gets himself the double. tabseN's let that go, and a 6-round run from Passion.
Yeah, and Rigon's the one in that round who gets the jump scare, doesn't he? Just runs back out of underpass into 4 Ts, just waltzing down middle. That's going to have caught him definitely by surprise. Here it is again. We have a problem. They have infested middle, and they have tied things up. Passion in control of their fate now. And they're bringing the energy too.
Gosh, I mean, wouldn't you? To be staring down the barrel of 6-0 in a map for your major hopes and dreams, and then responding with 6 in kind. See, if you look at it under the Big Clan radar, what's the review, you know, in this 60-second period?
You feel you're going to have dropped the ball a bit,
right?
You feel like you should have at least been walking away with maybe 7 or 8 rounds just because of how well it started. So in terms of the momentum, it does switch hands. But again, these pistol rounds, they can play such a huge factor. Obviously not for Passion in some of their earlier bouts, but in the best of 3, a whole lot more to be played. Now, we'll remind everybody, Passion already took down Virtus.pro on this map, 16-14. Sure, it had to go overtime, but that's a classic VP game. Good luck, have fun's in the chat at halftime, and here we go.
Let's see who's going to be having fun on this side. Walking Palace with the bomb. Fear trying to get info middle, which is where JDC and CS2 are locked at the hip. Oh, okay, that's enough from Fear. Gets the information that they're out mid. Now confirmation that they're underpass as well, trying to force rotation out of this young roster.
Oh, can't jump into his own molly.
Now Crimbo hoping that distraction was sufficient. Now gets out Palace. This is looking nice for the Big Clan boys. 0-fix-1 onto tabseN, but Rigon flattens Chikazmo on CT. CS2 not ready for Jambo. Wait, he's walked past him. That's going to be a disruptive presence. JDC hyper-aware. Good find. S-Chiller still kicking up a fuss. Finds one. CS2 though surely to be overlooked here unless he really clear him. Wow, he did. Good awareness all the same. But it is going to be a Big Clan pistol.
I think whoever was planting there, maybe it was JDC, after the bomb got punched in and he stood up, he caught the top of the head there of Jambo, who couldn't really get anything, hoping that there would be bodies on his screen, but that's not to be the case. Wanted to be the element of surprise, wanted to be the difference maker, but great work from Big. tabseN even got the opening onto Fear towards window. So after take a look at how things have started in both of these halves for Big, they get this conversion, which should be a gimme. It is just going to be the USPs for Passion.
Both pistols.
Yeah, that's the recipe for success traditionally.
And the recipe for Passion as well. For their success in the best of ones, pistols eluding them. Still showed the tenacity to convert. But to be asked of it now, it's given a huge leg up to Big Clan. They're going to have a nice passive entrance into the B site. No one home. Still playing as a unit, trying to catch these double dinks. And there's one. There's another. Puts JDC on notice. Flashing for their Mac 10 players to go farm up some cash, especially that AWPer here. CS2 trying to get a nice bank balance, and, well, he will. Chikazmo another. Could have found a third, so not bad considering the USPs, but SMG's getting the majority of the frags as well. That's going to feel good.
Now, we've looked at the CT sides on all of these maps so far for Passion, and one of the discussions that I had earlier was they could get faked out, right? And they could be a little bit skittish, rotating a little bit too early, leaving gaps that definitely an experienced team like Big should be able to punish. Let's see if any of that comes into play out of the gates early for Big. We're getting into the first rifle round, second half. M4s for Passion, everybody of the silence variety. Not a single defuse kit in play. That's a problem if we do find ourselves into the post plant. Cat smoke, tabseN across. Flash towards Cat so he can get to tap. Rig on, anti-flash through underpass. So everything being considered for Big right now. Very limited risk in how they've taken this mid control.
Citizen could peek over that smoke, and Jambo playing a dangerous game. Barrel spotted, wallbang attempted, now on the retreat. Rig on, spears him, nails the transfer, puts Fear in the dirt. An advantage Big, manufactured nicely. Zero fix noted, and it seems like they're trying to pivot into A, but Chilla and Jacasmo could set something up here.
Well, they saw the bomb on Tabson, so they are expecting the finish.
Oh, they're leaving. Oh. Great read from Big Clan as to the reaction from Passion. Regon's double, and now walking into that A site with 40 seconds as well. They're not in a hurry, they can do it quietly. As this gamble, whoa, Jacasmo, he's getting a bit interested now. Oh, he heard the smoke towards the jungle position. JDC's got the smoke push covered.
I don't know about that one.
Nice try.
I don't know about that one at all. Zero fix down to Sirius's AWP, just to Chilla. He's spotted now as well on top of the van. They will try and hunt this one, I'm sure. Sirison has him pinned. It looks like they've sprawled in the wrong direction. So Chilla heading back into what should have been enemy territory. Might just be able to hold on to this after all. And it's interesting, right? So I guess the decision-making worked like this for Passion. They spotted the bomb on Tabson in connector from short. And by doing so, they've assumed, okay, well, we know that that's likely to finish. There's no way they're going to continue over towards A. But that's not the case. I think Tabson thought he was trapped and needed the support because he was on his relative lonesome. So they capped the cat control, had connector. The B attackers came back, helped him out, and they waltzed on in towards A. Second tactical timeout now. So the pressure really is mounting on the young guns. And the worst case scenario for Passion, I'm getting a couple of best of threes ahead of myself here, but you walk away with wins over Spirit, MVP, and the BO1s, and you get labeled the best of one merchants. The community, they love a label, and that's one that unfortunately might be finding your way if you can't get through any of these best of threes. Now, it is just a 3-round gap. They're not done just yet.
That's the thing about labels. They're the killer of magic. Magic's still attainable, as you highlight.
Well, this is where they need one of those pump-up rounds again, right? Zero Fix had that massive round over towards B that they were able to pull off when the chips were down. They need Chilla on this save down 4 to be able to contribute something. Fear's gone the hero scout. There's some light upgrades for the rest of the team. And there you go. That's the start that you're looking for. The AWPer removed. Chilla does deliver an opening piece.
Magnificent, especially after a Tabson team talk. He was very vigorous in his gesticulation. Rigon out and about. That's a very powerful position to be able to burrow into. Did he get spotted? I'm not sure. Zero Fix overlooks him. Sound cue given. Wallbang provided through the floorboards. Finds an equalizer. Need more out of that rifle from Chilla. How about a Deagle flank into Rigon? He's considering it. His options, that bench position, spots the tip of the head as well. He's going to be so vulnerable. Can't hit the headshot.
Can't hit anything.
Can't hit a shot. And one by one they fall. There's Chilla's rifle. Rigon unable to provide the immediate trade. Stands in the flame, gets out with 19 points of health. Not much for the scout to be done here. JDC puts him down. And so that's the double digits. That's the 4-round gap now grown. We all get that Jambo warp in the mix, so I feel like that's a win condition I'd like to outline as well. This round in particular cannot be silent from Jambo.
Yeah, this is unfortunate timing for them for Zero Fix, but Jacasmo, you can see he's under so much pressure just trying to get that trade. Absolutely nothing landing on the Deagle. And Tabson making sure to stand on the comps, making... They don't forget that AWP drop from Sirison. This time, heavy towards B. This is a great call.
They are coming for you. Chilla, alone on the site, trying to reposition and live. Fight. Into the fight. He does find Sirison, puts him low. 15 points of health. Now into the smoke. He's been hard to find. Now Crimbo's the one to open up the account. In response, an aggression from Zero Fix, but they're covered nicely. Crimbo and Sirison providing the covering fire. And Jambo thinking twice. What a lovely little pace change thrown into the mix.
Yeah, and it couldn't have been better called. It was only Chiller on the side. It was a bit more of a lean from Passion elsewhere, and they've absolutely smoked him there.
He gave it a good go, did S-Chiller, in terms of being striking that balance between playing for your one early and living in order to be ready for that retake. They tried to disrupt as well, like some ideas were present. Zero pushing through that short with a flash.
It does feel that big. I've got this one locked up now, though, doesn't it? 17 kills for JDC, 17 for Rigon.
What's the damage in the finances? Max lost with what? 2 saved guns?
Yeah, so the drops can be there, sure, but like, this is miserable now. They haven't gotten a single round so far in this second half of play. It feels a whole lot more like Dust2 than it does like Anubis.
Yeah, I would agree. And what were the 2 maps in their best of ones? You said it already.
It was Anubis and Mirage, and they won on both of those. So, yeah, showing some weaknesses now. And something, you know, when having the conversation with Yanko after their matches yesterday, that he highlighted a lot of the rounds they were winning. They had that defuse on B versus Spirit on Anubis that they never should have gotten away with. That was Jambo. They were winning like 3v5s, a lot of rounds like that traditionally you shouldn't be seeing and getting converted. So if you're not pulling those off now, that is definitely a big reason for the discrepancy that we're seeing.
Yeah, not something they can count on, that's for sure. But as Yanko astutely outlined coming into this head-to-head and into this third map, experience over youth.
And this means a lot for Big as well. Obviously that this is a fairy tale story and there's a lot of sites on, 5 new players make their first major in triumphant fashion. Spirit, Virtus.pro and Big all fall. But for Big, this is a team that should be in the conversation, and they're not going international, right? They're sticking to their guns, staying with primarily German, the hope of the nation, and they've had a pretty rough rear. Made that year. Don't know about their rears, but right now they looking like they can close things down.
Yeah, which is exactly the expectation that they have for themselves. They know they're the favourites here. But that's not necessarily always gone to plan for Big Clan. You can see the nice double smoke from Crimbo. Throwing out a full util set, even throwing out a Molotov for good measure. They got everything covered. Other than Jambo on CT. And that is the punish. Nice work from him. Aware that Searson might have been posting up to try and find that trade, but gets one, they cut noise. Let Rigon work. Zero Fix could be susceptible. Timing just as Rigon looks away. Zero Fix activates to extend their advantage. They cannot let this one slip. They cannot overplay this. Jambo gives them an opener. Zero Fix extends it. Now a missed shot from Searson. Gives us even more hope for a Passion 7th. Bomb there on ramp, so faking the runaway.
Retreating now, and well, 30 seconds left on the clock. Rigon has plenty of cash. Tabson the same. Crimbo with a lot of residual. But it does look very likely that we will see a save. So not taking any chances, Big, and this is positive. You just run in, you give everything away, they pick up all the AKs, clean the board, allow to start making a bit of damage to our economy. But this is Big playing it by the book, making sure that they have everything necessary to get this done. Fear does investigate. And now that he knows it's clear, it's, well, maybe just walking into Tabson, who's not looking at his screen or wasn't currently.
Oh.
What did he do? Start reading notes? He looked down at something.
He did. He averts his gaze at the wrong time. So, yeah, I mean, only 2 rifles brought through. They have got the cash. Tabson would have loved not to have had to splash, but regardless, it's a 7th for Passion. And, yeah, Tabson. You could, I mean, fair play. He actually started shooting. Oh. He's trying to finish his point. Stop distracting him.
The man's got things to say. Window smoke, cat smoke again. This time, maybe, I was going to say a bit more pace. The Tabs are just lobbing out that connector Molotov. The exchange in middle, very standard. So they want to try and punish the B-bomb side again. Well, Crimbo pressed up. Chiller has used his utility to block completely Molly and the smoke. So we'll play up behind that because he's on an island. Cannot get exploited once more.
Oh, lovely. Lovely opener. Tabson down first this time. Zero Fix, the young gun, 16 frags.
You know, pin drop with the way this is being approached, right? It's definitely not all in. It's not a slobber knocker. It's not a G2 versus phase, just throwing biffs and blows. It's procedural Counter-Strike at the moment. As this gets ever closer to the magic number, maybe more will be let off the leash. Can they pull this? Oh, that's some information. Fear on the jiggle.
Rigon avoids that shot from Jambo, now obscured by the smoke. Searson peeks in, dead to Fear. Massive find. Still pressure onto that B site though. Zero Fix forced to extinguish to retreat. Pressure from multiple fronts here, and overlook with Rigon. Messy spray gets it done. Chilla securing it. Zero Fix finding Crimbo, so no longer worried about apartments. That's a crazy shot, but Jambo's there. And you've got yourselves 8-11 scoreline. Zero Fix. As many frags as he has years on this earth. Second tactical pause called by Big, just to screw their heads back on tight.
Yeah, and just taking a look, JDC only has 2.8, Tabson with 3k. Crimbo can drop something. Rigon's out of his chair as he listens to what has to be said for the 30 seconds. So standing up, shaking it off, and ready to lock in. We spoke about it throughout this series in terms of the types of financial decisions you see from Big. So I wonder if we see another one of these where they go, hey, we'll just partial invest, make sure that we all hold on to a bit of money, knowing that the loss bonus is going to be 2,400 into the next. So yeah, they just don't do the shove, where I feel like so many other teams would, right? They would buy all the AKs they can and, oh, okay, we operate with a Galil instead. But no, they need everything to make this one work. And with the lead that they had, maybe that's why.
Yeah, respect earned. Big Clan playing it by their book. And
it's just Jambo Big.
Oh, yeah.
It's just Jambo. And he has the AWP. Misses a shot, they're in.
Oh my goodness, this is already high pressure. He has missed his shot. Now screeching back as the assault comes in. Still gets one. JDC, the furthest forward, plucked from the pack. Jambo playing a reserve game. They're pushing him. Searson leaps to action. Oh, Searson nails a second. Quick flick with the recovered AWP. Jambo's AWP now used to pull his team apart on his partial. Zero Fix. He's been heroic. Still has to do so. Two coming in from market side. Looking good from Chilla, but it is now a 1v2. Rig on low. Position known, but held by Searson with that AWP. Jambo's AWP being used against him. The wide swing, and Searson, a revolting 3K. Experience prevails on the partial into B. Heartbreak for Passion. Jambo gave it a good go, but that pesky P250 and this follow-up from Searson is a twist of the knife.
And you just have to wonder, Passion, just doing the digits, looking at the finances thing, and Bill Big can buy, of course. They're not just going to do a B pop with all five. That's not going to be the call. Why would it? But Big's conservative approach nets them a massive round. 4 opportunities now to get it done. 4 opportunities to lock themselves in for the top 16 of the major.
They don't have timeouts, Chad. They've already used their 3, so they just have to go off that round, stomach it, and keep playing. Have they got the mental to persevere in a situation like this? Chilla does! He charges! He gives them a taste of their own medicine, holds W up mid in pursuit of the W. JDC, this shot from Jambo, cut clean by Chikazmo. How the hell have they kept their heads up, chin up, after a round loss like that?
And they've come in with aggression as well, just the added flavor. There's Chilla leading the charge, and surely now you have to start 2B if you're Passion. How could you possibly leave that site undermanned?
But if you're Tabson, you're probably thinking the same. Like, they're probably going to play heavier B than they normally would.
Oh, this time Big are actually investing when it feels like they have even less. But knowing that they have to start 2B, or at least likely, they're going to try and knock on the door of A.
Oh, perfect call. It's a perfect call. Okay, Fear will be con. Jambo not far away, so the AWP from window will be able to quickly get himself over there once the smoke starts to sail in. A bit of a limp throw there from Searson. Too many video games. There it is.
Well, they got the early B info, and they've actually been able to rotate. Look at this. Now there's 3 players to defend the site. Just depends on what type of execute that we see. That smoke's missed. Yep. That's missed.
Smoke. Big Clan starting to make some mistakes, and they're getting punished. Another opening death for JDC. Nice from Tabson. Claws back. Takes that CT player out of the equation. Rigon bringing that bomb through. Exposed is Jambo. Bodies dropping. Big Clan have hit the shots. It's all on to Chilla to try and keep the dream alive, and commits to a double spray. But in the open he is. Falls to Big Clan. And the top 16 of the Major is theirs. You can see what it means to them.
Oh, the organisation returning since the first time since 2022, a couple of years, and you know what it means to them. The Germans have done it.
They certainly have, Chad.